Hello, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing people. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody's had a good weekend thus far. Jess is too funny. I didn't mean while you were driving, girl. I meant when you got a second, but I love you for that. Thank you. I asked her to email me pictures that I wanted to show you guys, and my phone doesn't like to do it. Like it just sits in queue and doesn't actually send. So I asked her to send them, but she was heading somewhere, and because she is who she is, she pulls over to do it. I gotta love it. Gotta love it. Hello, my darlings. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm feeling tired, to be honest. I'm tired. I'm run down. I feel like I'm just always running around doing something. I feel like I never get 5 seconds to breathe and just relax. You know, I tried to enjoy the latter half of my Saturday after 5 because I was running around all day yesterday, and Saturday is my only day off. So I usually hope that I don't have to run around on a weekend to do a lot. But hey, Lorelai! So I do want to, just like kind of waiting for everybody to get the notification and pop on in before I did my thank you from yesterday. You know, I figured I would do pink and it's like an aqua green for today because I'm wearing my pink I'm just here for an alibi shirt. And well, Dara, we all know pink's my favorite color. I mean, if you didn't already know that or notice that, then I don't know. All right, my whole family knows that if it's pink or if it's blinged out or if it's very, very girly, if it has bows on it, cherries on it, I want it. I want it and I need it. Like I want it and I goddamn need it. Oh, pollen is killing me too. Wait a second. Saturday, isn't it Sunday? God damn it. It's Sunday, god damn it. Yeah, the pollen, me too. Like I don't have a ton of allergies, but in the last 5 years, pollen has been one of those things that really, really, really got me. Reese is like, oh wait, yeah, it is Sunday. My bad. Hold on, I gotta fix this light because it's like beaming me in the eyeball. I would prefer that it not beam me in the eyeball, that it's just, giving off light, but not in my eyeball. Oh, that's better. That's much better. You have light, but it doesn't need to be in my eyeball. Okay. So I want to give a big, giant thank you to Patty, Survivor Patty. I got a package yesterday, and it was a pretty decently sized box. And I was like, well, I don't know what's in this because I didn't order anything. I never order anything. So when a package pops up outside my house, I knew it had to have been one of you secret squirrels. And because before I moved, I didn't really get many, one might pop in here or there, but since I've moved, you guys have been extremely helpful in getting things that I really need to organize the house, to have things that I didn't have that I didn't need at the other place. And that's why I had Jesse send me the pictures that I can show you of some of the things that you guys got me and where they went in the house, right? So I got a package yesterday. And for the most part, a lot of the things on the wish list are things I need or something that I want, right? Or something the kids need and or want. I never put anything on there really for my husband, except unless it's like Christmas time. I mean, the man is into pretty much sports, softball. So, I mean, there's not much you could buy him, and he's a very simple kind of guy. As long as I have everything I need to make sure he's comfy, and dinner is made and and he can make dinner on the days that he makes dinner, he's perfectly happy. He is very excited about our pink pans as Sparkly got us because they're super easy to use and easier to clean. So when he has to cook, he's like, oh, I like this. I like this. Everybody always asks if the husband has a problem with everything in the house being pink or pink and black. So the color isn't just pink. I have things that match that are pink, black, gray, white, and red with the things that have cherries on them. Usually the things that I have, a lot of the cherry stuff is in the bathroom, and I have like pillows for the living room. for when and if I get a couch one of these days. But a lot of it is concentrated to just those 2 rooms specifically. And so a lot of it is just like in the bathroom. So the red really isn't in the house much other than like where anything with a cherry on it is. Which, by the way, everything cherry flavored, I absolutely love. The only thing I don't like that's cherry flavored are those like little candies that come with like the full cherry inside. I'm not a fan of those. But if you buy me a whole bottle of maraschino cherries, I will eat them. They're delicious, okay? They're freaking delicioso. Delicioso! All right. So, he also bought me a coffee this morning. So he was a good room service guy. The room service guy bought me a coffee, and I didn't even have to get up and try to make myself coffee, okay? Well, you were here yesterday, so you got to see it all. Of course, the whole thing. It's supposed to be. Duh. You got to see it in person. They don't get to see it in person. Well, some of them don't get to see it in person. You got to see it in person yesterday. Okay. And you got to see the package, so don't tell her. She was here when I opened it. She was in the house when I opened the box. Her boyfriend actually carried it upstairs for me when they got to my house. The box was outside. And so they carried it up for me. So I keep the little gift receipts here that you guys send me because I'm putting them on my corkboard and making a sort of almost like a collage. It's a reminder of you guys and the kindness that you show me. And I think it's, I need the chair, guys. My back is dead from my gaming chair. I know. I let her sit in my chair. I said, you need to sit in this chair. It is so comfortable. And when she's talking about gaming chairs, the same kind of chair she has at her house, it's hard as a rock. Okay? But this chair, so comfortable. So freaking comfortable. Hey, Salty. So I'm going to start off again by saying thank you to Patty. And, she's not here now. That's totally okay. Hopefully she, checks out the replay and sees this. But one of the first things I opened when I got the box was this box that was like, tall. It was tall. And I was like, what's in this box? This is an interesting looking box because it was all in one big box, but there was little boxes in the big boxes. What's this? Lo and behold, I opened the box, and what is it? It is my pink cups for the coffee bar that Marcia bought me. The pink thing that says coffee on it that goes, where your coffee machine and everything else is. So I now have hot cups for my coffee bar, and they come with the lids, and they're pink, and they're beautiful. And my little made me coffee. I will tell you guys that story last night. And I said, she brings in a cup like this from the brand new cups. And she goes, I made you coffee, Mommy. I go, wait a second. How could you have made me coffee, honey? The machine is broken and anything else you have to do on the stove. She goes, well, I put the coffee beans in the water. That's how you make coffee, isn't it? My husband just starts cracking up laughing. And my little's like, what? What is so funny, Daddy? It's like, no, honey, no. Coffee beans in water is not, yes and no, but no, you cannot just put coffee beans and then pour water into it. I love that you thought that. You're cute, but no, that's not, no. So good to tell her, no, that's not how you make it. But I love them. And I'll show you guys a picture of where I put them, what they look like in a minute. The second item in the box was something that was gift wrapped. I love when you guys do that. I think it costs an extra. I think it depends on how big it is, but anywhere between $1.99 or $3 to have something quote gift wrapped. And they put it in these drawstring bags that are really pretty. And every time it's a different colors on the front of the bags. They're always really pretty. And so I'm like, oh, one of these things is gift wrapped. So I'm like, this is pretty. What's inside? And what we have, folks, and you're going to be like, what is this? And I'm going to tell you what it is. So this is what you call a plastic bag holder. Now I have one that's way smaller than this, and it's black, and it's sort of see-through a little, and it has a really tiny hook like this, and it doesn't stay on anything. It always falls off and drives me bananas. So this one is actually made out of cloth, so you can actually throw it in the washing machine. And as you can see, there's already plastic bags in there, right? And you put the plastic bags in the top, and they don't pop out the bottom. And then when you need one, you can pull it out the bottom, right, for yourself. Whether you use them like I do sometimes for your like bathroom trash cans, and you just pop a plastic bag in there, so that you can keep your plastic bags. So I love it. Of course, it's pink and it has bows on it, and it's cloth, so it can be thrown in the washing machine, which I absolutely love. And its drawstring is much bigger, and I had a perfect place to hang them. So I have these pink heart hooks. So it's pink heart. It attaches to the wall. It sticky attaches, and that stick is like really, really sticky. And then a hook is on it. And so, I put my pot holders and my things on them near the sink on the wall to the side. And I have another one sort of back behind there on the wall that this guy goes to. And so I love it. It was a need in this house, I'll tell you that much. The last item I was shocked to see 2 boxes of, because this was more of a want on my list. It wasn't necessarily a need. It was more of a want. And I saw these really pretty heart-shaped Paris Hilton pink champagne glasses. Now, you guys know that once in a blue moon, I like to have champagne. I love champagne. And on holidays or birthdays or just once in a blue moon, I like to have myself a good glass of champagne. So they come in like a set of 2, right? How freaking adorable are these? Like, stop it. Like, they are shaped like a heart. They are pink. And they are absolutely adorable. And so I put 1 set on there because I didn't really, 2 glasses is enough. If one other person is over and wants to have a glass of champagne with me, then let's do it, right? But she didn't just get 2. She got 2 sets of 2. So now I have a set of 4, which I absolutely freaking love. I freaking love so much. I'm not muted. You guys can hear me, right? I'm not muted. Maybe you have the sound off, LTG. Nice to see you, my friend. But I have 4 of these now, and I absolutely freaking love them. Thank you, Patty, so much. I freaking love them. They are so me. They scream my name. All of these items literally scream my name. And now the only thing missing from our coffee bar, I think, are the pink bow stirrers, so you can stir your sugar and your cream, and then the mini creamers and the mini sugars. And I'll show you guys a picture of what they look like, what the coffee bar looks like, so you can see what I mean. I love them. I love them so much. Listen, I like a good smell of coffee, but not too strong. I don't like it too strong. The smell of too strong coffee beans makes me go, wait a second, hold on. All right, so let's see which one we pull up first. I'm gonna pull up this one first. That one. This one. Okay. This one. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to get the right ones up in the right order here. Here we go. Okay. She's like, wait a second, just kidding. I've done that so many times, connected to a Bluetooth speaker and there's no sound. And I'm like, why is there no sound? What's happening? What's wrong? Okay. So do you guys remember the pink coffee bar that Marcia got me? This is let's see if I can zoom in. Yes. This is my coffee station per se, right? I have my little mat underneath and it says, something coffee, something beans, blah, 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 whatever. This is my broken Keurig here over to the left of the coffee bar because it's freaking broken. And what I found out was it's broken on the inside, so I can't even fix it, which is annoying. They don't sell the internal parts for that. So my $129 Keurig K-Elite that my husband got me for Mother's Day one year is now completely dead. I'm not happy about it because it was fine before I moved. So whatever happened when it moved inside the moving truck it killed my coffee machine. Okay, so this is the coffee bar that Marcia got me. So as you can see, my pink cups that Patty so kindly got me are right there in the back for anybody to access. When I do get a new maker, they can just grab their cup, right? There's Turini. It's actually peppermint. I am a huge fan of peppermint. I'm going to have to get different flavors over time, but I'm a huge fan of peppermint, of course. And so this is what the coffee bar that Marcia got me looks like, with the pink cups in it that Patty just got me. So now all I have to get is the little pink bow stirrers and the, creamers, the different flavored creamers that go in. I think I'll put them obviously in that, top slot, that empty slot right there with like packets of sugar. And then it'll be like a whole cute coffee bar. And then maybe eventually we'll get, packets of hot cocoa and slide them in somewhere. Like, we'll figure it out. But as of right now, this is what it looks like. Now, I'll show you guys where exactly it is in my house. I decided to put it all the way over near the window, like all the way over near the window. That way there was a beautiful lighting in the window. And so it's all the way over to the end of my countertop space there. The coffee bar with this beautiful window here behind it. So it's nice and bright if you want it to be, a little darker if you want it to be. Once I get we have blinds, but once the blinds were like, the landlord had them there when we moved in. But once we get some curtains over there, which I think are going to have to be bow themed. They're going to have to be like pink and black bow themed curtains. And I know that's very specific, so I'm going to have to very specifically look for something that matches that area. But it's got to be pink and black because too many things in the kitchen in that area are pink and black. Or just pink. So you have to like offset that with a little bit of black. You know what I mean? Hey, New Hampshire Birkenstock, my friends. So Life of Dog Girl was at my house yesterday, and she was just saying in the comments further up that she absolutely loves my chair that you got me. I made her sit in it. I made her sit in it while she was there. I said, girl, you gotta sit in this. It is super freaking comfortable. And of course she did. So this is a picture of the countertop, sort of, and this is the bow. This is the paper towel holder. And the bow, because in the picture it looks like it could be plastic, it is metal and it is heavy duty. And it fits perfectly with my theme, as you can see to the left there. That is a picture of one of the pink pots that on pans that Sparkly got me that I was using, and those are amazing and I love them. I know, girl, listen, you don't have to tell me my butt cheeks don't go numb anymore. I don't have to buy a pad to go underneath this. Like the chair itself like has padding in it, and I love it so much. So that's my pink bow. Okay, then we have the bathroom ones. Oh no, this is the windowsill. So it's kind of dark because it was, semi nighttime there. It's getting to be dark out, but to the left of this picture in the windowsill is a set that I have had for a while of measuring cups, and they stack up and they look like an old country like can essentially. And then if you look all the way to the right, sort of leaning on the hand soap, there are the measuring spoons that go with it, and they're glass, but they are so pretty. In the middle is a soap dispenser for dish soap, and then there's a dispenser next to it for hand soap. And Jen actually got me those, and they have like a little holder that they sit on, and they stay put. And as you can see, my pot holders there to the left and to the right are sitting on my little heart-shaped hangers, my hooks that I absolutely love. And this is the shelving unit that Nina got me. And also, this is the rug that goes in front of the toilet that y'all got me. And it matches the rug that's actually in front of the shower that one of you got me before I moved, that I had at the old place. So of course this one had to match this one, right? But right now I had just washed it all off when I put it up. Took a picture of it when I first put it up and put a few things on it. I had 2 black baskets that fit nice and perfectly right there. Boop, boop, they just boop, fit right in there, which is nice. And then this middle shelf here, which is empty except for the Clorox right now, is where all the towels go. So I freaking love it. And of course it's pink. It has hooks on the other side. There's not a ton of space though, right there. I know, don't you love it, Nina? Look at how pretty it looks. And the black baskets just kind of pop, makes it pop. I absolutely love it. It gives me so much space. And what I do is, instead of folding the towels and stacking them, you roll them. So you roll them into like circles essentially, and then you put them all in there, and it fits more towels when you roll them. You know, I love that. I mean, I had no closet, so I needed something for towels and something for like the other items that you would put on like the sink, because my sink is just a sink. There's not much space to put anything really on the sink, near the sink. There's no like countertop next to the sink. So it fits absolutely perfectly where it is. As you guys can see, it's like a weird space in the wall where it kind of like bumps in and then out again. So this shelving unit fit, I mean, perfectly, perfectly, absolutely perfectly. And I was so excited to have it. And I'm telling you, it makes my life 10 times easier. So thank you, Nina. I'm glad you're here. I absolutely freaking love it. I love it. And actually, when we moved in, most of the time you have like a toilet paper holder on the wall or whatever. There wasn't even one when I moved in. So I got that black one there that you can see in the picture that holds multiple rolls of toilet paper, and then it also holds the roll that you're using. So when you take that roll off, you can put another roll on, which is an actual space saver, which is quite freaking amazing. And to the other side of that picture there, where the bathroom is where the shower is on the other side of that in the bathroom. And so I had taken a picture of the shower curtain and the rug in front of it and the shower hooks, because they're all the same theme as that rug that you just saw in front of the toilet there. Oh, there it is. And so everything matches the way it's supposed to. And so you might not be able to see it here in the picture, but the hooks at the top there, I'm gonna let that part go away. Go away, part. No, go. Oh, man. Zoom in on that part there. Maybe. No, you can't. Oh, you can. You see, they're little cherries that hang from the hooks, and they have little like green leaves from it, and then they're freaking adorable. But as you can see, the rug in front of it, in front of the shower, matches the one in front of the toilet, and I love it. You know, I did find out later on though that they don't make like a toilet seat cover that goes over the toilet seat for it, which I was not happy about. I'll tell you that. I was like, why? Why don't they make a matching toilet seat cover? That is not freaking cool, man. Not cool. This is the other side of my counter, like the opposite side from where the coffee bar is. And so that's my toaster and my knife block and my electric can opener. So as you can see, everything in my house is pink, and it has to be. And because when I moved, my backsplash was already black, white, and gray, it just kind of made the pink pop, if that makes sense. And you know, I knew immediately like where I wanted certain things that I had already. And I am just super grateful. I didn't take a picture of the table yet. I didn't put the cover on it yet. I don't want to do that until I get the whole thing set up. I want the placemats on there, and then when I'll take like a picture of the whole thing, the entirety of it. I do have to get find black. I think it would be. I have pink ones on the wish list, but I need black ones, I think, to go onto the pink tablecloth, because I think that would, you can't have pink ones on pink. So I think I'm going to get like black ones that might have like pink bows or pink cherries or something like that to put on the pink. I think that would look perfect. So that's the plan. Yeah, I roll them so that they'll fit. Makes more sense to me that way, you know, making sure that they fit that way. So, okay. Let's see. So what, the first thing I got to tell you guys is, so the bottom line of all that is I just want to say thank you to everybody, obviously, again, and you'll probably hear me say thank you 72 more times, because you did, wait, does it match? Has to match, has to be the same thing, because the company that makes the rugs, it doesn't match. It, like, they don't have one that actually matches it, unfortunately. They don't make it yet. I actually sent them an email and was like, can you can you make matching toilet seat covers to go with this, please? Like, please? I see. Not quite. I mean, it's pretty, but it's not quite matching. I want to see if they email me back and say, that they'll think about at least making. Because eventually, if I can find one that works, that'll work for me. So here's the deal, right? What I found so funny today when I woke up was that I had found out that the sewer turtle has put his wish list out. He's put his wish list out, guys. And what he did was, instead of calling himself an e-beggar or asking for toys or that anyone's publicity seeking like he tells everyone else, right? He spins per usual. And what does he say? No, he's not e-begging like he's called everybody else who had a wish list. He's crowdfunding for the truth. Well, the fuck he isn't. He's not asking for toys. He's upgrading the studio. As if putting $200,000 down on a house doesn't say that you have enough money to do that yourself. Stop it. Or, and this is a good one for me, when he says that everyone else who has a wish list is publicity seeking, for him it's not. It's transparency with the audience. The problem with that is most of us are transparent. This is why we bring these things to you to show you. I could just say nothing about every time someone sends something. But A, I wouldn't feel good about that. And B, I like to be transparent. I like people to know that I appreciate what they did. They didn't have to go out of their way and look at the wish list and find something they thought I would like and send anything. They don't have to do anything. I was asked to make my wish list by my audience because certain people, that's the way that they want to support the channel. They prefer to support the channel by picking things off your wish list they think you want or need. And that's okay, because if they're taking something off of it, then it's something I don't have to, right? And so if that's the way that they choose to support, that's the way they choose to support, right? And remember, he had Mr. Willie the Marlboro Cowboy go through my wish list and try to make fun of the things that were on there. Like, oh, there's something for $6.99. And it's like, yeah, because not everybody's rich. So you have to put all different prices of all different things on there so that people have the option to choose, you friggin' clown, right? So I wonder if Willie the Marlboro Cowboy is going to go through Aiden's wish list in the same way and make fun of every item or try to insult every item. I can bet money he's not going to. Once again, Will, he didn't care that he made you look like a buffoon. He didn't care that he made you look like a clown. He only cared that you did his dirty work when you did it. Okay? That's it. To a neutral observer, right, the reality check is this much. There is no functional difference between someone asking for a toaster versus him asking for a $500 camera lens, okay? No functional difference. Both are requests or lists for strangers to be able to buy things and support a channel, right? However, Aiden's entire business model, it relies on that sort of us versus them thing, right? We good, they bad, this why, right? That's what his relies on. And so mentality where his actions are always virtuous and his opponents are always, quote, trashy is what I find so funny. Because if you're a turtle rider, even the low IQ ones should be able to pick up on, wait a second, Aiden, you had a problem with everyone else having a wish list. Though I will point out, he's never said a goddamn word about Emily D. Baker having a wish list or any of the other larger creators or anyone he likes for that matter. It only seems to be people he doesn't like or is jealous of in some way, shape, or form. And I love when people go, well, what would he be jealous about? He makes a ton of money and he does so great for himself. And sure. But he doesn't build a community. He builds hate and anger and vitriol. And what he's jealous of is the sense of community other people can build. What he's jealous of is that other people can be honest. Other people can give their opinion without someone leaning on them. devil on their shoulder saying, nope, you got to say this because that's most popular and that'll bring the most money. We can do that, right? Yeah, he got a timeout on YouTube, I heard. Blair got a dunce cap. He's in the corner at the moment. Oh, God, I don't even want to think about that. We probably would, or ask for the gift card because that's how cheap he is, right? I mean, it's a bold move of him, considering that Kelsey Fitzsimmons' trial starts tomorrow. Usually, right before something like that, he tries to tone it down a little, or at least his lawyers try to get him to tone it down. He is absolutely insecure and ashamed of himself. And it's like, here's the thing. If you can put $200,000 down on a house, you don't need a fucking wish list for it. What he wants is people to buy shit for his new place. So he got upset that we made fun of him and we called mine a digital housewarming, right? That's what we called it. I said, oh God, if we were Aiden, we would call it a digital housewarming. What did he call it? A digital housewarming. I mean, you can literally predict the shit that he's going to fucking do. It's really sad. The difference between me and him is I don't make 200,000 and I certainly don't make 5 million between 2020 and now. I didn't put $200,000 down on a house, and I'm not asking people to put $400,000 into a legal defense fund. And then I'm also not making fun of other people who do things the way they do things. So another creator that might want to make a wish list. I have no problem with other creators having wish lists. A lot of the time their audience asks for it, just as mine did. I didn't have one until my audience asked for it. That is when I made one, when they asked for it. You know? Well, Deneen, he didn't tell the mortgage company that he was facing any criminal jail time, which could be considered mortgage fraud. Oh yeah, when he made Heels cry, I remember that. But if you're looking to call out his hypocrisy, right, of his recent shift here, mocking other people for having Amazon wish lists and then one day, and then launching his own the next, well, it's a double standard, my friends. It's a double fucking standard. So, hey, Diana. So hold on, let me pull this up here. Oh, crap, why am I going to just do that? Hold on. All right. All right. So picture in your mind, right? Imagine spending months or hundreds of hours making fun of people for what he would call being a, quote, e-beggar, which is exactly what he does with his legal defense fund that he could have paid for on his own. And again, we established that by the fact that he's made over 400 grand-ish on his legal defense fund that he put up, but he put $200,000 cash down on a house. So he essentially could have paid for his own legal defense and chose not to. That is called a scam. That's called a con man, right? Because he didn't put the legal defense fund up and say, I can pay some of this, guys. I just need a little help, right? What he said was, I need you to help with all this, guys, and pretended as if he couldn't possibly pay for all the mounting legal costs. He's also made what I consider, in my opinion, some false assertion that he spent more money than Karen Reed on her legal defense, which is fucking absurd. That is just absurd. I'm sorry. No and no and no again. There is no chance that he spent more than Karen's, legal defense in 2 trials on his little witness intimidation bullshit with not having any. And I would bet money that he is not going to have any experts. There's no, you know what I mean? What expert are you going to bring for witness intimidation charges? Let's be honest here. So just imagine, right? Imagine spending months, hundreds of hours for mocking people for what he calls being e-beggars. Imagine calling other people trashy because they have Amazon wish lists for a toaster or skincare or trash bags or things that come in really handy in your house that you might need when you have kids in your house full time. Something he probably doesn't know anything about, but nonetheless, I digress, right? But imagine spending all that time doing that. Now imagine doing all of that. You launch your own Amazon wish list the very next night. That is the world that the Stuart Turtle lives in, guys. It is time we talk about why he's finally showing his true colors at this point, right? We're dealing with hypocrisy. Fucking hypocrisy. I think it was a couple nights ago, maybe it was last night, episode 862. He spent over 20 minutes pocket watching everyone else, right? He went through their wish list, item by item, laughing at them for asking for, quote, what he calls handouts. He called it, quote, digital panhandling when they do it. But suddenly today, for his, it is crowdfunding the truth, everyone. Crowdfunding the truth. That's what it is for him. If you buy from his wish list, it is crowdfunding the truth, guys. It's not digital panhandling like he's called everyone else, which I find funny because once again, EDB has an Amazon wish list, right? Like, come on. But now, no. Now, no. If it's him, guys, okay? If it's him, it is not digital panhandling like he called it to other people. It's crowdfunding the truth. No, see, the difference between him and other channels are when you are not lying to your audience constantly and making millions of dollars doing it, when you are at, I'd say like 60,000 and under, smaller creators, you do sometimes need help to keep that channel running. You're not making money hand over fist when you are. When he was of the size that some of us are, he was still driving his old beat up Toyota. I believe it was a Toyota or Nissan, one or the other. Maybe it was a Honda. It was one of those, like, and he had that car forever, right? In that predicament, he didn't make fun of himself for that, did he? Because his car was old and he wasn't making money hand over fist. No, of course not. Now it's crowdfunding the truth when he wants a wish list. The only difference between someone asking for a coffee maker and him asking for a $500 camera lens is that one's honest about what they want and the other hides behind the fake title of an investigative journalist to, quote, pay his bills. Problem with that is he can pay his own fucking bills. He just plays games, right? The fact alone is, why the actual fuck any of these people buy into his shit after listening to him rant and rave about digital e-begging? Bro, you were walked out of being a teacher in 2014. You have not had a job since. Who the fuck are you talking about but yourself? Are you looking in a mirror when you do these shticks? I'm just wondering. Yeah, I know that the realtor was Lindsay Higgins, but I also saw a picture that Meredith saw Lindsay Higgins on St. Patrick's Day. So, well, he deserved it. First of all, he should have been suspended a long time ago. Secondly, maybe eventually he'll learn his lesson that, again, Aiden doesn't care how stupid he makes Will the Glairer, Will the Marlboro Cowboy look. He doesn't care. He doesn't fucking care. Hey, MBM, doesn't seem to care. He does not care how stupid he makes any of these people look as long as they do his dirty work for him. That's exactly what the fuck is going to happen. Yeah, but that's exactly what he thinks of all of them. Same as Aiden. They're all stupid, Oh, yes. You get in a lot of trouble for falsifying a mortgage application. That's mortgage fraud, Oh. We appreciate you, Diana. See, I wouldn't have the money to just waste on those idiots. But if it weren't for some of you guys that do sit through some of their shit, painfully, I might add, then I would never do it. And I just wouldn't, I just wouldn't. He doesn't care, Deneen. He doesn't think about things like that. Narcissists don't think about stuff like that until the consequences come. That's when they think about it, That is when. Yeah. Well, again, he didn't care about how badly he affected me by lying. Why would he? It wasn't him. It was me, and he needed to hide his own behavior. Exactly, Natasha. That's the thing. And nobody's required to buy from a wish list. I appreciate every single person that does, but no one has to. That's optional for people. The big deal is that he needed to make a big deal out of it. And what it was really about, it wasn't about his, pretending that it was digital panhandling or that it was somehow bad or weird, or it was not ever about any of that. What it was really about is jealousy. That's what it was all about. That's what it's about right now. His need to put one out there right now is about jealousy. Make no mistake about it. The man seethes in jealousy. Every donation that pops up on my screen makes the man seethe. Every time I thank someone and show you guys something that someone got me, he fucking seethes. Seethes. He immediately goes to private message people and bitch and whine about it. And then those messages end up back with me. Okay? It's a jealousy issue. It is not, oh, he thinks that wish lists are horrible. Because again, he doesn't shit on anybody he likes for having them. Notice that. Okay? Never will. Anybody he thinks will benefit him in any way, he won't. It is simply, it was a Honda. I knew it. I knew it. It was a Honda. I forgot about the flapping noises. Oh my God. I mean, it's amazing to me the amount of jealousy the man has. I can't, you know? Yeah, you have to disclose that you have criminal charges upcoming because the bank has to take that risk into account that you could possibly go to jail and not be able to pay for that house. I don't do it because I want to. I do it because it's my job. He's amazing at saying shit. This is also my job. This is my job. My job. Yeah, he said he would die first before he did that. Well, guess what? He has one, guys. He has one. He's got a wish list. I don't know how at this point people don't feel stupid watching him. You know? He spent over 20 minutes, again, pocket watching everyone else, including myself. Went through their wish list, looking at shit, and saying that it's asking for handouts. Once again, no one has to buy off a wish list. That is all up to choice. You know, he calls it digital panhandling when they do it, but when he does it, it's crowdfunding the truth, everyone. It's different when he does it. Like, stop it. Let's be real about why he's doing it. It's not about gear or the movement. It's about jealousy. A narcissist doesn't have the ability. They don't have that chip in their brains to think things through logically. They just don't. They do things on pure emotion. A lot of the times, greed, envy, jealousy, things of that nature, hate. That's what they do, okay? He sees the support other people get, people he has spent years trying to destroy, like myself, and he cannot freaking stand it. He hates that they have a community that actually works together, wants to help, and wants to be a one, right? Like, we want to help other people. We want to make sure everybody in our community is helped if they ever go through something that they need help with, right? He doesn't know how to do that. He knows how to do a cult. And then what happens is a lot of those cultists figure out who he is, and they end up telling other people, stay the fuck away. And that just goes round and round and round and round. He doesn't know how to build an actual community based on kindness and love and honesty. Doesn't know what any of that is because he's never been an honest person a day in his fucking life. Okay? So he can't stand it. He hates the people who have communities that want to help them. While he has to constantly manipulate his, quote, turtle riders into paying his mounting freaking legal fees that he brought to himself. He's not mocking other people's wish list because they're wrong. He's mocking them because he wanted one first, but he was too afraid of looking like the grifter everybody knows that he is, right? And so now he has to find a way to justify why he's going to put one out and why the other people are still bad for having one, which is so absurd to even attempt to do that, right? And this is fraud. He's a fraudster, right? This is a man currently facing multiple indictments for witness intimidation. He tells his audience he's a First Amendment warrior, but his actual actions about the almighty dollar. That's what it's about. His actions are all about the almighty dollar. Everything is about money for him. He doesn't give a fuck about your First Amendment rights. He cares about his First Amendment rights and using that as an excuse to why he shouldn't go to jail. But he doesn't actually care about the First Amendment at all. Not even a little bit. You're talking about the same man that called the cops on JLR, whatever, for being on a public sidewalk and asking him questions. The other day on his face, he said he would never call the cops on somebody who was just asking him questions, even if it was at his daughter's soccer game, which we all know is a lie. Let's be honest here. We all knew that was a fucking lie the second it came out of his mouth. But yet he still, with a straight face probably, because it was on his face, so you can't see his face, but with a straight face probably said it, as if that would actually be true. And I wasn't speaking on the space at the time. I had been listening because I was doing dinner and stuff. And Otherwise, I would have been like, really? You remember that time you called the cops on that guy for being on a public sidewalk and asking you questions? I thought you said you'd never do that. It sounds like you've already done that. You know, you literally love calling the cops. You're the ultimate cop caller. So that's amazing to me. Care about the First Amendment. No, you care about your First Amendment and trying to use it as an excuse to get out of fucking jail. All right? If you're a news organization, why are you asking your fans to buy you office supplies? I mean, CNN doesn't have a wish list for staplers. Like, you know, you're a journalist, right? Why would you be asking for gifts for the people that you report for if you're such an investigative journalist, sir? It's a stunt, guys. It's a fraud. And it's a desperate attempt to stay relevant while the legal laws close in on his ass. It's a way for him to get free things from everyone so he doesn't have to come out of pocket to pay for it himself. There's a big fucking difference between being able to do it yourself, okay, and not being able to do it for yourself. If I can put $200,000 down on a house, then I can buy my furniture. If I could put $200,000 on a house, I'd have a couch right now. I'd have a car right now, right? Like, there's a big difference between what he perceives as him and other people. He wants to shit on everyone else. Well, why would they have a wish list and they're digital grifters and blah, 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 blah. Sir, none of us have asked people to give us $400,000 for a legal defense fund for legal problems that we ourselves got ourselves into and keep getting ourselves into, all while having the money to cover it ourselves. No one else has done that, sir. Just you. You're a fraud, a con man, Aiden. So when you have a wish list, it's them investing in what? Investing in you repeating other people's reporting? Because let's be honest here, he has never actually gotten into anything and done any investigation on it. What happens is someone tells him about something that they know or something they saw, and then he just spits it back out. Like, come on, stop it. That's ridiculous. He just can't. It's a jealousy issue. He sees every time me or another channel he doesn't like, and make no mistake, I'm not the only channel he stalks. Hi, Aiden. We know you're here, bud. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? How you doing? Do you like hearing about yourself? I'm assuming he doesn't like hearing about, and that's one of the reasons why he really doesn't like me, is because I nail everything he's going to do before he's going to fucking do it. And that's half of the problem. I will definitely look at them. But yes, exactly. Like, God forbid I have such an Amazon wish list. But, you know, now, because he wants one, because he's moving into this house and he wants everyone else to do it for him. You know, he needs all his travel riders to make sure that they buy everything for his house. Listen, if I had been making the money and still are making the money he was making, I'd happily furnish my own house without asking for a single bit of help. And as a matter of fact, if I made the kind of money he did, I'd put money aside to help other people. Like, that's the part I think that irks me the most, is what has he ever done for anyone else ever? Ever. Nothing. Nothing. Some of them are just jackasses. I agree with you, Lorelai. You know? Yeah, of course he stops alive when the donations slow down. Ever notice that I never do that? Some I don't make next to anything. I mean, what are we, like 50 minutes in? I still haven't even mentioned them yet or gotten one. I mean, if it was only about money, I'd have been gone a long time ago. Let's make that clear, okay? I have faith in my ability to build a community. I have faith in my ability to cover cases and give insight with my background, right? I worked in the criminal justice system. I was a foster kid. I was an addict. Like, I have a lot of insight and experience in all of this, right? And I'm confident in my ability. So even if that means that it takes me longer to build my channel or have donations coming in all the time, so be it. I'm not going to sit here and sensationalize and lie to my audience just because it brings in extra dollars and cents. I am not Ethel Machado. Not going to fucking happen. You know? It's crazy. Of course they didn't stop. They never will, Diana. It's unfortunate. I agree with New Hampshire Burgers. He's the biggest bagger of them all. Like, he also lies about them. He'll read a $300 donation that he never got. He'll pretend he got it, or he'll send someone else and say, send this and say this so that I can answer the question. I mean, that's something he's been doing for years. You know, I think they have. As far as I know, MBM, I saw a couple people post saying they did, but I highly doubt the state is going to do anything about it, you know? Yeah, he had one way back in 2015. I remember that being talked about a while ago. So for a long time, Diana, for a long time, you know? It's crazy. I like to look at a lot of different points of view and hear different points of view, you know? It's just not entertaining when someone is being a hypocrite. Hi, my friend. Oh, we're sending all of our love to your mom and tell her we said hi. Hi, New Hampshire Dude's mom. We're sending you all the love, all the healing vibes. That's a good question, Janine. I feel like if she knew ahead of time and didn't put it down, you could also be in trouble as a realtor for not doing it. I would hope that's not the case, but I mean, that's a possibility, you know? And that's the other thing. If you're doing something, you have to get free entry to anybody who requests if you're doing like a big sort of thing like he does. But I mean, again, I don't think the state of Massachusetts is really going to do anything about it, to be honest, because people do it all the time in like schools and, you know, even for like fundraisers when someone dies, they might have tournaments, you know, a soccer tournament, a softball tournament, a baseball tournament, you know, and they do it all the time without licenses, so I highly, because what would do is it would open up a can of worms if they came down on him to come down on every mom and dad and friend who did it for someone who passed or has cancer or whatever. So I just don't see that happening. That you hit right on the head, New Hampshire Dude, my friend. He's a narcissistic bastard. The audacity, right? The audacity of someone just bitch and whine about everybody else's wish list and then actually come out with one and then use the excuse that you're just investing in him. You're investing in the investigative journalism and that you're investing in getting him new equipment. He's not asking for skincare or makeup. He's asking for, a new $500 lens. Like, get the actual fuck out of here. The actual fuck out of here. That's just so crazy to me. Drop a message on any of his lotto posts. He always ignores, gives you 4 years as per statute of limitations to shut him down if you ever get bored. Thank you, MBM. It's just weird. You know, I feel like sometimes a spiritual spring cleaning is the right way to go, Lorelai. You know, Kelsey's case starts tomorrow. We're covering the case. He didn't want anything to do with this case until he thought it might bring him a couple of dollars and cents. He didn't cover any of the hearings. He didn't give a shit about anything. He might have said, you know, smaller than 10 minutes on some of it, you know, at all. That's what he does. He tries to feel out whether it's got interest and whether he's going to make something out of it, you know? The bank should be asking questions, yeah. But then again, you never know. Some people just don't want to deal with the superfan blogger, you know? Has he stopped harassing residents around Dare? Saying, well, I find it funny that he won't talk to me on a space, right? Because I make him look like a fool. I don't let him gaslight. I don't let him fucking spin. So when he gets up on a space and he starts to ask questions to answer a question, because that's what he does. If he doesn't want to answer something, he'll just ask a question as the answer to something you asked him. Classic spinning, classic not wanting to answer. And I noticed right away that when someone asked him, hey, Aiden, you're saying you spent all this money. Hey, Matt, when you spent all this money, yes, he's a super fan blogger, spent all this money on legal defense fees. Well, who are your experts, sir? Who are your experts? You're going to bring some experts? And what did he do? He immediately answered that with asking a question and not, what does that have to do with anything? That's his famous way of like turning when they asked about why he illegally recorded Karen. Well, we're talking about Meredith. Why are you changing it? He knows damn well those two things correlate, and that's the point that the person was trying to make. And instead, what does he do? Tries to change the subject by being like, well, why are you changing the subject? This is to do with Meredith, not to do with Karen Reed. Like, oh, but you have no problem dropping Karen's name when you want some clout, though, right? Like, you can't stop saying her name, Sarah, and she can't fucking stand you. Even to the point where he tried to make his Twitter writers believe that they still talk or they patch things up, which didn't fucking happen, you know? Didn't happen. They don't go by strikes, unfortunately. I wish they did, because I feel like he'd be out of here already, you know? Thank you, Lorelai, for becoming a member. Oh, thank you, LTG, for gifting 5 memberships. That was really nice of you. Let me see. Who got one? Deneen gets one. Diana gets one. Melon, Dream Botanic, and Jenny Lulu. So congratulations to those of you who have memberships, and thank you LTG for getting them for them. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Love it. Yeah, that's hilarious to me. So the entire camera that I want is $450, and I think it comes with the oh God, why is it eluding me right now? The tripod, and that is for more investigative cold cases that I want to do. So I have some things that I've been following up on, and I don't have, my phone's a piece of crap, so I don't have a good camera to be able to film me going to the last location where someone was seen, talking to the last people that they saw or had conversations with, following up on leads, looking in areas where maybe the cops didn't look. And so I have a camera that's been on my wish list for a while now, and I think the whole thing, like the camera, the tripod, like the whole thing is like $450. Why the fuck do you need one $400 lens? I work fine with my setup, and I know it's a little echoey in here, and my mic can sometimes be loud, but like that can be worked out in time. I have a fine setup. I don't need a $500 fucking lens. I use a webcam that is perfectly good quality HD, right? Eventually, when you make more money, you buy another one. That's, but he doesn't need a $500 lens. It's something I guarantee you he threw on there being like, oh, I want this. Somebody will buy it for me because they're just dumb enough to believe that I actually need it. Either that or maybe he's done using his shower curtain as a green screen, I don't know. Who knows? But deflection, that's what he does. Deflect, deflect, deflect. Oh, you were? Oh, was that the night that, oh God, I think I was, wait, what night was that? Because I was watching one night when she came in, and were you the lady who was saying, like, you've been working on stuff and behind the scenes, and like, what he did this time, and like he's cooked? Because I watched that live stream. Now, I don't know if I was watching it live or if I watched it after it was live, but okay, that was you. So good job, by the way. You're very much like me. You're very much like me. I talk loud, I talk fast, and I'm fucking passionate, right? I am passionate about making sure that someone like him doesn't get to keep doing these things to people and getting away with it. He affected my life, and I'm still trying to crawl out of that, pile of lies that he placed on me, simply because he couldn't be honest about himself. He could not be honest about harming other people. He couldn't be honest about just being a serial cheater and being caught. No. Why would he do such a thing? Why? Why take any fucking accountability? Hey, beach gal, yes, hit the like button, folks. I would appreciate that. Why would he be able to do that? Taking accountability is not Aiden Strong's suit. He doesn't fucking know how. He simply doesn't know how. It is not in his ability in any way, shape, or form to take any sort of accountability, Well, that's the other thing. He's got bots, right? You ever notice that he'll lose 3,000 subscribers, and then like when he realizes that he lost 3,000, the next day it's right back up to 3,000? Like there's no chance that actually happened. So what that means is he's buying, or someone is buying for him, subscribers. Ultimately, what will happen is the system will realize too many people have subscribed at once, and it'll filter them out. So I don't know why anybody wastes their money even attempting to do that, right? Like I don't need to do that. I don't care if it's 5 new subscribers a day. That's growth. I don't need to have 3,000 per day, right? I know that each one of those people that hit that subscribe button did it because they liked my channel, not because I had to lie to them to get there, Lens hides his wrinkles. I don't know. He's aged like 20 years in the last 5. Well, he's on a timeout right now, Peggy. He's in a dunce cap in the corner. Willie the Marlboro Cowboy, it's got a dunce cap on, and he's in the corner. He's in the fucking corner. Oh, no, it is never done, my friend. Never, ever. We need listen, I always say, like, I miss my dad every day. We need our parents forever until they're no longer on this earth. And even when they're not, I still need them. I still need them. I didn't get my whole adult life. I got barely the first couple of years of adult life with my dad. I never was able to have a beer with my dad, so died when I was 21. So it just, you think about it like that Relationship is always wanted and needed, you know? As the table turns is right, my friend. Maybe a $500 lens will make him taller. Did he put a booster seat on his wish list? Does anyone know? Is there a booster seat there? You know, it used to be able to sit on phone books back in the day, but maybe there's a booster seat on there for him. You know, maybe there's a booster seat. I don't know. I'm sure they do, you know? Absolutely you can, Diana. Anytime. Anytime. Yes, I'm so jealous that my viewers also bought things for my home. You realize that he only made the wish list after stalking my page and the things that my viewers bought, right, Deborah, you poor thing? I'm so jealous of a very small man who's losing his ever-loving mind and peeping out of the windows like a fucking meth head, waiting to be arrested because of all the crimes he's committed but not been charged with yet. Oh, I must be so jealous. Deborah, oh God, you got me. You got me. I definitely made a wish list after he made one because I was jealous of him. Oh, wait, no, it was the other way around. Oh, damn. You know, again, Deborah, he doesn't care how much of a buffoon he makes you look like when you have to hit the subscribe button and then wait 3 minutes to come here and comment. Like, do you know how actually pathetic that is? I mean, there's a reason why I put it on subscribers only mode. It's because people like you have to come here and hit the subscribe button and then wait 3 minutes to comment, which just shows everybody how pathetic you actually are to simp for a man who makes fun of you behind closed doors. He calls you stupid. He calls you the R word. He says you'll give him whatever he wants, even if he lies to you. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, darling. Good luck with that. Good fucking luck. It may change his view. Yeah, taller, shorter. Oh yeah, he did. So we left school. You know, imagine having to leave school because a crazed lunatic with a dick nose is just spewing out nonsense that's not true. Imagine, you know? Yeah, the jealous card's getting real old. Like, dude, you guys realize he made the wish list after I had mine, right? Stop it. Stop it. Deborah's not informed, guys. Deborah's not informed. Let's show them how jealous we are, guys. Hit the like button if you can. I would appreciate that. Subscribe if you already have not subscribed to the channel. And unlike Aiden, it doesn't have to be a $5 minimum to donate to the channel. It can be any amount. And we still read it because it is worth our time, unlike him, because I actually give a fuck about the people who sit here and watch my shows and have things to say and give great points and have a community. And so it doesn't have to be a minimum here. You know, we're not greed mongers. And so if you would like to help out the channel, we do have wish lists. As a matter of fact, we have two, an old one and a new one, both of which currently work and have things on them. The new one has the 7 most wanted, I think, or needed items. And the old one has a slew of things. Every time I find something that I might need or something that I love, I put it on there. And then when something comes off the new one, I pull it from that one. So, you know, you're welcome to look at the Amazon wish lists. You're welcome to super chat or super sticker. You're welcome to do the most direct routes, which are CashApp, Venmo, PayPal. We have Chime, we have Revolut. Those are also in the description of the video. And all the information is here. There's no minimum here. We're an independent channel, so we don't have to worry about lying to our audience, Deborah. Gotta love the hate watchers. We don't have to lie to them, right? And we don't have to make them feel bad if they don't have $5, because $2 is not good enough for Aiden. Okay? Not good enough. Well, it's good enough here because that's someone's hard-earned money. That's how you know whether someone's grateful or not. He makes a fucking minimum. Like, stop it. Stop it. Yeah, he did threaten Colin with violence. He actually said, I'm going to kick the shit out of your son, Chris Albert. Like, first of all, I believe that both of them would fucking literally kick the shit out of him. That's my opinion, of course. He's a bitch, right? Who hides behind a fucking phone and then calls the cops any chance he gets. Mer, my missing shoe, mer. I wonder if Deborah remembers who she's simping for. Maybe we should remind her. This is the same man that called and cried about a missing shoe, Deborah, Okay, this is your simp boy.
Can you please not? I can't go back. Can you please not? I can't go back.
I'm just saying. Like Deborah, aka Aiden, get your shit together. Okay? Aiden. Deborah, Aiden, your jealousy, Sean. Put it away. Okay? Put it away. I know you're upset that I have a community, but I love my community. Something you will never have. Why? Because you couldn't tell the truth if it fucking smacked you in the face. You know? I know, it's just so sad. Like 31 times is overkill. 10 times is overkill. 10 times is fucking overkill. Do you have my email, Diana? It gets me every time. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So, let me put I know I have to check my emails. I apologize to those of you I haven't gotten back to in the last 2 days, but Saturday is supposed to be my only day off, and I didn't really get it off. So I will answer everyone before the end of the weekend, I promise. You guys know I always answer everyone's, but even if it takes me a minute, promise I will do it. Oh my God, it didn't do the @ sign. Come on, computer. Do the @ sign. There we go. This is my email, Diana, so you can keep in touch with me. Also, Twitter. You can always DM me on Twitter. All those. I don't get those right away. I don't get notifications on those right away. The only ones I get notifications on right away are comments that people leave on my YouTube videos and my Facebook. For Twitter, I have to actually go and look. I mean, it's life, unfortunately, my friend. A lot of shit sucks. I just suck it up, you know? I suck it the fuck up, and I deal with it in whatever way I have to. You know? It is what it is. Kelsey's case is only going to be a couple days. That'll be over. You know, it starts tomorrow, and then it'll be over after that. So hopefully, you know, I would listen. I agreed to do that match. You know, I told Sanchez, put me on the card, bro. I'll fight all of them, every last one of them, every one of them. Put one, you know, card in between me and the next person I'm going to fight. I'll fight every single one of them. I mean, it's for charity, right? It's for charity. Put me on the card. I will happily box them. First, me and Sewer Turtle. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. You know? Let's fucking do it. Let's goddamn do it. I'll do it for free. Fuck a money. I'll do it for free. Happily. Fucking happily. And what's that tell you? You know what I'm saying? Like, he'd have to get paid to go, right, guys? Because he's so charitable in all of his time and all that, you know? All of it, you know? I'm not so worried about my channel blowing up. I just think it's a story that I don't feel like has been covered a ton. And it reminds me a lot of my friend Miguel, who went missing and has been missing almost 20 years now and has still never been found. And he did not get a lot of coverage on his case simply because he was a young Spanish male. And it bothers me to this day that up until I started doing his case a couple times on my channel, that the FBI wasn't offering any sort of reward. They hadn't got any hits on anything. And within 6 months of me starting my channel, they finally started offering a reward. They finally were getting some tips in. And so putting attention on a case, even if it's old, is important. And I think something like that deserves that kind of attention, right? 31 times, 10 times is overkill. Never mind 31. You know? That it's insane. The tantrum video will never get old. We have to remind people sometimes who they're sitting there and simping for, saying, you know, who's jealous, you know? And I am so grateful to people like you, my friend, New Hampshire dude, because if it wasn't for people like you, where would I be, right? Like, where would I be? I don't make $200,000 a year. I don't make $1 million a year. I probably don't even make $40,000 a year, okay? I usually use the money that I make on my streams for groceries. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Or the electric bill, or the cable bill, or multiple of them if I can swing it, which doesn't always happen. But I keep going, right? I hold my head high and I keep fucking going. I don't then say, oh, it's got to be a $5 minimum. You know, he is absolutely copying me. He's copying me and he's jealous. And he wants the kindness that all of you have showed me. And it pisses him off. Pisses him the fuck off. Let me see. I'll check right now. Refresh my email. Come on, email. Oh, and then that does it. Sometimes my email is like slow on my end for whatever reason. And that aggravates me. You know, most of you know, like I'm a independent channel. If I don't get donations and I don't get super chat and super stickers that day, then I didn't make anything that day. Like that's as simple as that. And then you cover your costs that are associated with streaming before you ever make anything. And so what people like Aiden fail to remember is back when they started and they were smaller, they struggled as well. He likes to pretend that since he, you know, lied his way into having as many subscribers as he does, that, you know, the things that other people have to do when you're a smaller channel to be able to gain that traction, to get bigger, you know, that is a fucking problem. God forbid anybody else try to do it the right way and not lie. Nope, you have to lie like him, you know? He's going to donate the step stool for him in the ring. I don't see anything yet, darling. Let me check the spam and see if it popped into there. No, not in the spam. Sometimes I have a bad habit of like my osprey fingers not in the right numbers and letters. Also, I'm blind as a fucking bat without my contacts, and even with them, I need an upgrade of my contact. Make sure that matches what you just sent, because if you spell it wrong, it will go to the wrong place. We don't want that. All right. The step stool. I kid. Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? If you have someone like Nancy Guthrie and you know, God help her family, I don't think it makes it any more relevant that this poor elderly woman is missing. But if you're a family with that kind of means and notoriety, oh, here they are throwing things at it for months at a time. I promise you they did not give my friend Miguel, aka those of us who loved him, Mickey, anywhere near that amount of time. The FBI didn't even get the case until it was already cold. They gave him like 2 weeks with like no news coverage, really. It was very minimal. And that was it. And so imagine what would have happened if they had put a lot more news coverage on it. We would maybe have found him already, or at least known something, you know? It bothers me, you know? So I'm happy to put eyes on it. I am happy to, listen, I am someone who came from the bottom, right? And I was an addict, I was a broken person, right? Lived it all. I'm from Boston, I'm from Massachusetts, right? Like I've lived it all, but in the depths of hell, all the way out to the other side. And being sober the last 20 years, I've spent the last 20 years unpaid as a volunteer advocate, helping people in all sorts of different situations, domestic violence, to get sober, all sorts of different things. You know, elderly people who weren't getting their Social Security, people whose child needed an IEP and the school just wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. Like I have done a multitude of different things to help different people. And this is no different, you know? His case is no different, really. It doesn't matter to me what thing he might have done that people don't like. That doesn't define who he is as a person or what he deserved. And so I guess it would be easy for someone to say, like, well, I used to be an addict, so if the cops decided they were going to shoot me 31 times, then, you know, well, she did this one thing back then that was like shitty, so we're not really going to look into it. Like, oh, well, you know, like easy to say if it isn't fucking you or your loved one, you know, easy to goddamn say. It's just not okay. No matter what way you slice, that's someone's brother, sister, father, mother. Like, these are real fucking people. Real people with real families. And regardless of anything they might have done or not, does not mean that they deserve to be shot 31 times by the cops. My friend's brother was a schizophrenic. And I think I've told this story before, but he was a schizophrenic and he had been living in like a not a rooming house, but like a group home sort of thing in Brockton. And one day he was talking about being suicidal. They called the team to come over to the house and talk to him, and he left the house with a like not like a steak knife, but a butter knife. Okay. They called the cops. The cops came and they started surrounding him while he was walking down the street. Well, he had the butter knife, and so he attempted to walk around the cops. Didn't go at the cops. He tried to walk around them, like leave me the fuck alone, and go around them. Well, because he wouldn't put the butter knife down, and because he was trying to get around them, they shot him, and he died in the med flight after being shot numerous times by the Brockton PD as a schizophrenic. He had a fucking butter knife. What the fuck is he gonna do with a fucking butter knife? No one deserves that. And again, since I worked in mental health for so long and I worked in the prison system for so long, like I've just seen a lot of inhumane shit happen to people that should never fucking happen. You know? Should never fucking happen. Ever. Ever. It will always be what is like a group of friends kicking back and chatting sassy. I never intend on making this channel any, even if we're at 1 million subscribers, I never intend on making my channel not feel like that. It'll be harder, obviously, to read every single comment, but I have the option as a creator to slow and stop the comments as I do and go through them and highlight them. And so I'll see your names and I'll be able to highlight a comment, speak on it, I will always be able to do that. And I always will. Because if you do not connect with your community, what the fuck's the point of doing live streams? That's part of it, right? And also, how do you connect with people if you don't even bother to look at what they have to say? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It should never take that long. But again, it's been 20 years and we've gotten very minimal eyes on Mickey's. So believe me when I say I understand, you know? And that's the thing, is it's not a competition, really. I would rather, again, lift everyone up with me than smack people down. It just doesn't make sense, you know? It just doesn't. And I will always do that because it's important to me. It's important to me, you know? You can, but it's very slow moving, Freeze. And, that's why I say, like, it bothers me because if you don't do certain things, I see it, Diana. I see it. I see it now. For me, a lot of it is like, if you have to do all that, to make your channel grow, then that's a problem, right? So I make one fatal mistake that brings a lot less money, and that's I don't read only the comments that are super chats. So if you just ignore the comments and only read the ones that are super chats, it incentivizes people to super chat, so you'll read it. And that is not lost on me. It never has been lost on me. I'm just not willing to do that. I'm not willing to ignore people for them to incentivize them to super chat. If they want to appreciate my content and they like my content and they like my community, they will do it on their own. I don't need to browbeat them or sort of, I almost very, for me, and I don't knock anybody who does it, just feels very like sketchy to sort of trick people into having to do that. I don't like it, if that makes sense, I just don't like it. Well, I'm sure the war coverage has doubled their subscribers really fast, but again, it's not that I'm just not a fan of Grant. Grant says a lot of things that are just simply not true. And so he pushes a lot of ridiculous conspiracy theories and enters his own opinion into something and says it like it's a fact when it's not a fact. And so I can't take someone seriously that does that. So like, even if he's covering the war and that doubled his subscribers, great, good for him. Again, if it's not something that I want to talk about or that I'm interested in, it's not, again, I could double or triple my subscribers by talking about a lot of fucking shit. Politics, probably. But I'm not ever going to do politics because for my community, politics rips people apart. And then you only have one side of an echo chamber. Not about it. Don't want to do it. You know? So, I mean, there are just lines that I won't cross. Does it affect your money train? Yes, absolutely it fucking does. But at the very least, you have a line that you won't cross. You have some integrity. And I'm not going to give that away for any fucking thing. Listen, I learned a lot over the course of my life, and I've been through a lot of shit to know when it's worth it and when it's not. Money comes and goes, and yes, it's nice to have it and not worry about whether you're going to be able to afford the groceries this week or the cable bill or the electric bill or the rent, or like it's nice to be able to breathe for that month or that week. But at the same time, is it worth it to then be able to breathe that wise but live with being sketchy, like shady? No, no, I like my peace. I like my fucking peace in knowing every day that I went to sleep and I did the right thing, that I put whatever good karma I could in the atmosphere, into the karma bank, and that it helps someone, one day. Did I get one? I didn't get one. You didn't get one. I wish you did. Okay, perfect. Damn it, I have my email. Where are you? Did I email? Back. I only see one right now, but again, my computer is slow motion, so I see one from 203. No links in it yet. That one's just the one that you sent. That says it's me. It's the only one I see right now. But again, it also might be that my computer is just slow. Happens to happen to me all the time. Someone will send it and like, did you get it? And I'm like, I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet, but I'm sure it'll pop up. I don't have this. There's no share file attached to this one. The first one that you sent 9 minutes ago. It's the only one I got right now, but I will, as soon as I get whatever file you send, I will happily go into it. And it would definitely, anything you got, send it my way. Time to go over some of it tomorrow night after I do dinner and stuff. Well, they just don't. Yelling and pointing guns at them is just going to agitate them, and it's going to make their brain automatically go faster and not know what to do. Especially when you're dealing with someone that has like neurotypical issues. Like you're not going to find that screaming and yelling at them and pointing a gun and demanding things from 3 different officers is going to make them do what you want them to do. It's just not, This is why I've advocated, like, okay, good, I will be the fucking human shield if I need to be, as someone who's worked in mental health. Let me be the shield to you so that you're not afraid of the person with the butter knife. I will happily stand in front of all the police with no vest on and, stand between you and the guy with the butter knife. All right. So that the guy with the butter knife doesn't get shot. I mean, it's insane. There are plenty of things that could be done to stop these shootings of people with mental health issues because somebody's got an itchy trigger finger. I mean, no. I have anxiety, I have PTSD, like, no, Yeah, don't you love that, Deneen? They call you crazy, or that, that stigma of, there's nothing wrong with having therapy. There's nothing wrong with having anxiety. There's nothing wrong with getting treatment for that anxiety. I have PTSD and I've had it for friggin', what am I, 39? So probably close to 30 years. Shut up. A big streamer in the tech world got exposed to donating to himself on stream and sending out DMs, getting his mods to donate. I would never make my mods donate to me just to get people to do it. Like, yes, a mod's job is to like get in there and like remind people to how to support the channel. Like, it's part of a mod's job, but to like force your mods to donate to make other people do it, it's a tactic. If they say that like once the first person or second person donates in a row, then it gives people, more oomph to want to do it. And it's like, that's great and all, but like making your mods do that, what if they don't have the money for that, Just mental health issues. He was a patient, he was office meds, they knew who he was. Yeah, see, no, this is what I mean. Like, this is the shit, and they knew who my friend's brother was. Like, what was he going to do with a fucking butter knife, That's okay, MBM. Put it on 2 times. Yeah, politics, exactly. Exactly. People do what they can when they can, and that's what they do. Like that's it. The way that people like Aiden sort of dupe people. $5 tomorrow, and it's not worth reading. It absolutely is worth fucking reading. It's what they could afford. That's what they could fucking afford. I don't see it though. I need to just show my water. Oh, that's shitty. $700. Like, yeah, no, It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me look. Hey, Marcia. You back up a little. I showed the just the first one that you sent. It doesn't have anything attached to it. There's no file or anything attached to it. This is what I'm seeing right now. I'll show you. Real quick. This is what I'm seeing. There's no like file attached. It's just it's me. There's no like even words inside the thing. But we'll figure it out. There's no other pages. This is the only page I got. Make sure you didn't accidentally send it to the one that you accidentally spelled wrong. Because right now all I'm seeing is the one that says it's me. And it's only that one thing. It's no other words in it, no nothing. Nada. Happy Sunday. My daughter has profound autism. My nephew has autism. He has autism. She gets very aggressive. He's got a little aggression. The last thing you want to do is yell, scream, holler, point guns. Like, it makes no sense, Busters. Yeah, because that'll do it, There's a lot of lack of education when it comes to that stuff. Like, yeah, because that's definitely what one would do, Oh, he was sending money to his moms to get them to donate. I fucking can't. Again, if you have the money to be able to even do that and risk that maybe it doesn't happen, like, then I can't with some people. I fucking can't. I literally can't. I don't have a third one yet. I only have that first one. There's no other one. Refreshed it like 3 times. Let me X out of it and try to go into it. Re-go into it and see if it pops up then. Nope. Just the one. Dog conspiracy walk. I love dog conspiracy walks. I love those. Oh my god, the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. It's the way we became the Brady Bunch. Lots of lack of training. I saw that a lot in the prison. There was a lot of lack of training, Oh, Marsha. Oh, okay. I will fix that. See, maybe you guys gotta sound it out for me sometimes. Nope, I don't see one. Is it like supposed to be like a Google Doc? Nope, it's just the same one. And you went back to make sure you spelled it right and it didn't go to the first one you spelled wrong or did wrong? As of right now, I only see that one and nothing's attached. Maybe if I look on my phone, maybe it'll look different on my phone. Let's see. Nope. Just this one. And it has no body, no nothing. No, it's not connected to anything. It has nothing in it, no attachments, no nada. We're gonna have to figure this out later. Pork chops and applesauce. Love it. I love it. So where are we at? Hour and 41. So we have like I said, Kelsey's case is tomorrow. I don't expect it to go more than like 3 days, to be honest. And I'd be shocked if it goes the full 3 days. There's not a ton I think that they're going to go through, so we'll cover that, and then I'll obviously look over the Justin stuff, and then maybe we can start that from there. Hold on. Yeah, so I have that set up for tomorrow morning, but like I said, I don't expect that it'll go more than maybe 3 days, I'd say. Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday being the last day, even Tuesday if both days go full days, I feel like. So I don't expect to see it go past that. So it's raining. You can hear the rain pitter-pattering. Dang it. It's freaking raining out. That's my luck, of course. It's raining. And then I can, in the meantime of doing Kelsey's case during the day, I can take a look at all the stuff Diana sends me for the Justin stuff at night. And then we can try to start that like right after the Kelsey stuff ends. Because I don't know why people wouldn't have put any eyes on this. Like, again, I feel like most people don't want to touch something that's mental health. That's the part that really gets to me. And losing my own dad to suicide, like, if you don't talk about it, right, which is why it has such a stigma, and people don't want to talk about it, they don't want to touch it, they don't want to do none of that, right? They just want to pretend like it didn't happen. They want to, okay, well, if someone has that problem, they should get therapy. Like, okay, yeah, they should get therapy, but then they have to feel like, you know, someone is judging them for getting therapy or saying they're crazy, you know? If you don't talk about mental health and the things that happen, like, then we have a fucking problem, you know? And just a little about Justin's case, in case you didn't know, like someone's asking me what's the Justin stuff. I'll give you a little rundown, right? And just to answer this real quick, do you think Aiden will keep showing up to Kelsey's dinner? Yeah, I do, because I think he thinks he can make a ton of money off of it. Anything he thinks that there's a lot of attention on or that he could gain a lot from, he's going to do it. That's the bottom line. You know, make no mistake, he stalks my streams like a stage 5 cleaner, which is why he made his wish list, because God forbid anybody, you know, send me something beautiful like this. They now need to send him beautiful things that he wants. After, of course, making fun of anybody with an Amazon wish list, he now has his own, so that everyone can send him all of the things he's been jealous about forever, you know? No, different Justin, not the same Justin. And yeah, therapy is just a tool. It is not a fix-all, right? It's not a fix-all. It will never be a fix-all. Make no mistake, Aiden made that fucking wish list because he was jealous. It has nothing to do with investing in him or any of the bullshit he is spewing to people, not by a long shot. That's his excuse on why he made one. He made one because he's better than everyone, of course, and his isn't a grift, as he's called the other ones. His isn't e-begging like he called everyone else's. Yeah, see, the big difference with that is he paid $200,000 cash for a house and had people pay over $400,000 in his legal defense fund and then put $200,000 on a house. But he definitely, most certainly, is not an e-beggar, as he calls it, of course, right? The difference between him and other people are none of us have that kind of money or make that kind of money. It's amazing to me, the excuses that man comes up with about why he's better than everyone else and why he can do it after he made fun of everyone else for doing it. You know, Oh yeah, he said he would rather kill himself or rather be dead or something like that. What was the line? Diana remembers what it was. She was saying, he would rather be dead than make a wish list. It's tacky, right? Except again, he stalks my shit like a stage 5 fucking clinger. And so Marsha, see, I'm gonna fix it. So when Marsha got me those 2 beautiful gifts, and when Lorelai got me the beautiful tablecloth, and when anyone else, he started seething, right? He started when Patty got me these beautiful, beautiful champagne glasses from Paris Hilton that are shaped like hearts, and they're pink and they're beautiful and I love them. And this wasn't necessarily like a need, it was a want. They're just beautiful. He stalks me like a stage 5 clinger. And the cups that go with the coffee bar that Marsha got me, he started seething. Such simple things, right, that make my life so much easier and give a little bit of joy to someone like me, gives him so much anger and jealousy. Anger and jealousy. Anger and jealousy. I moved into a new place, and I joked that because most of you are out of state, that we should have a digital housewarming, right? And we kind of did have a digital housewarming, which I immensely am grateful for. He started seething with jealousy. Well, I'm moving into this new house that I bought, and everybody should furnish my house and buy me all the things that I need, so I don't have to spend my own hard-earned money on it. Buddy, if you can spend your hard-earned money on it, you're supposed to. If you have it to be able to dish out, you're supposed to. If I had it, I'd have bought a couch by now. The couch is $400 or $399 plus tax. I would have bought it already, because that's like the only big piece in my house that's missing is a couch, right? So I love them too. They're amazing. I only had a set of 2 on the wish list. There's quite a few little Paris Hilton things, like the French press. There's a Paris Hilton French press on there for coffee, and it's so cute and so quick and amazing. And I intend on getting that one way or another. It matches obviously everything, and it's amazing. But Patty was kind enough and actually got me 2 sets of them. So I have 4 of these, which is amazing. I only put the 1 set of 2 because I think they were like close to $20 each for a set of 2. And I was like, I'm only going to need 2. You know what I mean? Like, I never have enough people that drink champagne. That one may have 1 or 2 other people, but never have like 4 people total that want to have champagne, for a party or anything. So I figured 2 was enough. And I have like wine glasses. I have 2 big wine glasses. But Patty was so kind and got me 4 of them. So now I have a beautiful set of 4 of these, and I absolutely freaking love them. They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. I know what I'll be using anytime I have champagne. These will be it, because there's a difference between champagne glasses, of course, and wine glasses, And again, it was kind. She didn't have to. Nobody has to. The wish lists are there for people if that's the way that they prefer to support. And that's the way that some people prefer to support a channel. I only made one after people asked me to, right? I never even thought of it until people were like, hey, Elise, can you make a wish list? And I was like, oh my God, I never thought of that. And they were like, because I forget what the original person had said. I think it's because they had like an Amazon card, like a credit card or something. And they were like, I don't have a ton of, money, and I really want to support your channel. So can you just make a wish list? And I was like, you know what? Sure. Like, why not? Why does my business have to be run the same way his does? I don't have to run my business the same way that the Sewer Turtle runs his, nor would I ever run mine in the same way that the Sewer Turtle runs his, because I'm not a piece of scum, right? That sucks the beautiful energy out of everyone and replaces it with just dark, awful hatred, right? No, thank you. But he doesn't give a fuck, He doesn't give a shit. If he has a way that he thinks he can make out on something, well, then he's going to do it. Even if that means making himself look like an idiot for having made fun of other people for having it, right? So for however long, he decided that he would just shit on people who had them because he didn't have one and he was jealous, right? Now he spins it, right? And his spin is, you're investing in me and you're investing in the channel. You're investing, like, no, stop it. Stop it. Like, stop the nonsense. So just to ultimately piss him off, because we know that Sewer Turtle is here, as he always is, under his fake stock accounts and, under his own account when he doesn't want to say anything in chat. We are going to post the wish lists in the description. Well, they're in the description, but we're going to post them right here in the chat. This is the new one with the most wanted 5 to 7-ish items, and here's the old one, both of which are still working and active. And for those of you who have been asking me for like a million years to put my Beats headphones on the damn wish list, I have finally put a black pair on there. They do not have them in pink, which I was very upset about, but they last a long time, hours and hours and hours. And as you guys could see, my other ones are broken, and they're literally, and I don't joke when I say hanging on by a thread, a literal thread at the moment. And I'm very sad. I've had them for a few years. They last a really long time. I don't have to, these die in like 2.5 hours, and then I have to switch headphones, which kind of sucks. So I try to use those when I can, but they're not doing so hot. So this is what we call old wish list. And this one has a multitude of different items on it from all ranges. I think the next thing I really need is a rug. I find myself like going backwards and to the side. So I have to keep pulling myself into I'm telling you, my house is crooked. It has to be crooked because there's no reason why I should still be going sideways. So to be fair, Marsha, all the videos that she has on Aiden are ones that I've talked about and played a million times over. It's just stuff she's talking about now that I already have, and things that she's just sort of getting to that I already have. Well, that's the thing. Is it like a job to go into everyone's chats and tell them how to run their show? Like, I agree with you, Freeze, because I don't take the time out of my day to be really going into theirs. I don't take the time, nor do I give a fuck. So any information I get of them being hypocrites or anything, it's from other people, because I refuse to take time out of my day, and I also refuse to give the Sewer crew, and that includes Ethel Machado, views, really, unless I have to, or something's really funny that I like really need to see. It's a waste of my time. Why the fuck? Why would I? No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh my God, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that until you just said that. I intended on saying something about it. Oh my God. On Friday, and then I just never got to it. You too, Ellen. Ian Proctor. That's why we call him the Sewer Turtle, because he lurks in the shit, and he is a piece of shit. So he loves lurking in the shit, His shtick ran out a long time ago. His content is just biting other people's content. And he was already going to burn it to the ground, Hotbox Hobo. He had been burning it to the ground for a long time. Did he really make the New York Post? Shut the fuck up. That's crazy. But I have done many. I know that Alana technically has more like subscribers, and so people don't see it here first. They see it on hers first. But a lot of the stuff that she has said or shown about him, stuff I've already shown and said 25 times over by now. You have to remember, I've been doing this for 3 years. After he showed himself to me being the lying piece of shit that he was, I knew he would hurt other people. Oh, thank you, Marsha. You want to know why? Because I hope, and I at least hope, that people can feel the gratitude from me. And I find myself saying thank you more than once, because it's like, I don't have anything else to give, right? So I don't have a way to thank someone by then buying them a gift, right? So I find myself saying thank you multiple times because I'm grateful. I'm grateful, right? And so I just have to hope that people feel the gratefulness coming from me to them, because it means something to me, right? And since you weren't here, Marsha, you were not here earlier, so I shall show you right now. Because when I was showing everyone else, you weren't here, so let's see. Show you where I put your coffee bar and what it looks like. Be happy to see it, I'm sure. And that's another thing that I do, is I like to try to take pictures and show everyone like where their items that they got, where they went, right? Like where I put them, right? That they have a place in my home. And so here's the coffee bar that Marsha got me with the cups that Patty got me, the pink cups there, of course, in my coffee section on my counter. And like I said, now I just got to get the pink bow stirrers to go in this little front pocket here. I got to get the pink bow stirrers to stir up the sugar and the cream and the different little creamers, different flavors, and stack some in there, and sugar packets to put sugar packets in there. And then I think the whole thing's complete. You know, you have the whole coffee bar sitting right there. So I love it. It's almost complete and it looks amazing. And I just am grateful. You know, I just am. It's an interesting conversation because people loved him for 600,000 viewers and now he's getting nailed. Oof. Oof. Good. Oh God, trigger warning. That's okay. Nothing much, not a lot triggers me these days. And so I appreciate you, Marsha. So I'll give it to you from another angle too. I actually took a picture from like down my countertop so that people could see like where I put my coffee bar. And I put it right next to the window here in the kitchen. And it's all the way at the end. Although my broken Keurig is not making a good impression at the moment. It's currently, I have this like drawer thing that it sits on and holds K-cups. And I like turned it to the side because I was like taking the screws out to take it apart to see if I could fix it. And it ended up being something inside. I was hoping it was like one of the seals or O-rings that I could just replace and voila, done, fixed. Yeah, no, it's, I can't fix it. They don't sell the internal parts. So my Keurig K Elite, 5 cup sizes that has done me so well for the past however many years that my husband bought it for is dead. So RIP coffee machine. Of course, as I get my coffee bar put together, the machine itself, like that's my luck, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. You know, that's the thing. It's everyone's different, right? On how they do things. And I don't think there's a right or wrong way based on the content that you push out or the information that you're giving, unless you're overstepping like real legal and ethical boundaries, which I think Aiden often, almost every time he does a stream, does. And, you know, I would never have a single thing to say about someone else's stream if they weren't actively hurting people with what they do and how they do it. Because that's not my business. But what is my business is when I have to listen to victims tell me what they want to do to themselves to make it stop. And then it becomes my fucking problem. And when I take something up as my fucking problem, I don't just give up and give in. I don't. I'm simply not going to do it. Then I have a responsibility to the people that came to me for help to try to help, you know? Yeah, I haven't gotten to the police report yet. I had so many other things going on. So I haven't been able to get to like reading it. I know what I've heard about him, but again, I don't know any of it. I don't even know there was a police report out yet. But and yeah, then there's a lot of people like Ethel Machado that do shit on purpose to get the reactions and make people, you know, pull at the heartstrings and whatever, you know. So Magnolia, I think, is his girlfriend, and so it's being reported that he beat her up. That I didn't read a report. Oh, no worries, no worries. I will definitely check it out though and read it. I know that he's like the king of suing people. I do know that. Oh, look at that. Natasha sent a gifted membership and Marsha got it. I love that. See, that's called Insta Karma, guys. That's called freaking Insta Karma. I absolutely love that. That is when something good is put into the world and it's given to someone good, and that makes my heart happy. You know, as creators, we don't make a ton off of memberships, but I love gifted memberships because other people get to get them. And so there's the paper towel holder in all of its bow and glory right next to my air fryer. So that's my air fryer. So when you guys ask me if I have an air fryer, I have an air fryer. It's the Gourmet air fryer. So it's weird. It's got like double French doors. You can fit like a small chicken in it. And so that's the kind of air fryer I have. I don't have one of the ones with like a bucket underneath. It's just a doors. So they have like the mini little 3 different kinds of like pans that go in there. But I put my bow paper towel holder right next to the sink, right next to the air fryer on the counter, and it looks beautiful. beautiful where it is. And I absolutely love it. And so since Marsha wasn't here earlier, we'll show her now real quick the pictures. This is my window sill in front of the sink there, or behind the sink technically. And this is the bathroom with the in front of the toilet rug and the shelf Nina got, and it looks beautiful, of course. It's all coming together beautifully, just the way I wanted it to look. And then, of course, the shower curtain and the other rug that matches it that goes right in front of the shower, which again, looks beautiful, is amazing. Love it. And then, where's the one? It's the last one. Oh, my toaster. My toaster and my knife block and my electric can opener. So as you guys can see, yes, it's pink. It's all pink, pink and black, pink, pink and pink. Yeah, so I didn't know he had like a record. I knew he had like, if you sue, that kind of stuff. Like I know that the judges basically told him like, if you want to sue again, we're gonna have to look at it and see if it's a good suit or not, you know? Me too, Diana, and that's one of the things I love about my community is that not just me, but other people, when someone else is having a hard time, I get an email from someone, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I haven't been on your lives. I've been having this going on and this going on. Sometimes I'll offer and say like, is there anything we can do like, as a channel? Is there anything we can do to help like, as a community? And a lot of times people will be like, no, like just let me do it anyway. I would never do something without someone else's permission, but most creators are going to do that because it's going to take money out of their pocket. Raising money for someone else, like that's money you're not getting. And so that's why most creators won't do it. But for me, if someone needs help, we're a community. Why shouldn't we help them? You know, like, why shouldn't we? I mean, I get it. Yeah, I wouldn't make any money off of it, but like, it's called good karma. You know, put it out there. No, stop it. Oh, exciting. That's so exciting. No, my husband doesn't care. Wait, let's see if he's out there. Today's his day off. Hey, room service guy. They have a question for you. They don't believe me. I tennis ball head. So they don't believe me. I tell them all the time, like, my husband doesn't care if it's pink as long as it works and does its job. Like, most husbands, like, hate that everything would be pink in their house. I'm like,
put it all together.
My husband doesn't care. And they don't believe me that you don't care. Nina said, be honest, your husband's opinion of everything pink, he doesn't care, I'm telling you.
I don't.
He literally doesn't care. As long as it works, it functions, he doesn't care if it's polka dotted, rainbow, pink, blue, yellow, purple. He does not care, folks. He's a very laid back kind of guy, you know? Very laid back kind of guy. Yeah, if someone wants to send it to me, I'll read it. I haven't seen the police report yet. I haven't had time actually to even look at it. Well, I have like inside, I guess mine is different because I have inside information and personal experience with people, with some of these people. And so mine's different from that aspect where I have dealt with a lot of these things myself with him. And also I have helped many of his victims who I still retain friendships and acquaintanceships with. Many of which I adore and are wonderful people that he hurts. And so my perspective is going to be a little different in that aspect anyway. Also, I live here, right? These are a lot of his victims live here. Not all of them do, but a lot of them do. And I live in this state that has to deal with his bullshit. And so I also have contacts in certain places because I live here, you know? Sorry, my little. I love that you got that, Marsha. I love it. Gavin Fish. I don't know who that is. I don't think I follow that. I'm telling you, everything in my house is pink and black and white and gray. He does not care. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm one of those people that needs to like sit there and do research. I have to do it. Right? You like the hotel suite? Since I live in a hotel, he still says. You love that. Hotels definitely look like that. you know, they definitely let you decorate every room, and it also has like a full kitchen and, you know, all that. Hotels definitely look like that. Oh wait, I think I do remember someone saying he had been to prison before like that. I feel like I do. You know, kayfabe intentionally here pulling for clicks and views. This also makes our YouTube and big tech companies money and turn them into almost a dystopian world kind of universe. Yeah, to me it doesn't matter. I mean, I get it. Yeah, exactly. Like Aiden suing people. Like if you have to sue, you have to like bring it to the judge first. I believe the judge said about JLR because they needed to see if it was actually like a valid lawsuit or not. Oh, he has a Wikipedia page. Shut the hell up. I swear to God, I'm not lying. He just doesn't care. He's very laid back. If you met him in person, you'd know. He's very like chill. He's like, if you ever heard him yell, you'd be like, who is this person? Because he doesn't yell. Like I think in the 12 years we've been together, I might have ever heard him raise his voice like maybe 5 times. Like maybe 5 times. That's being generous. Like, you know, he just doesn't care. He doesn't care what color it is as long as it operates like it's supposed to. He just doesn't give a shit. Yeah, as long as it's functional and it works, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit. Conspiracy dog walk, Diana. We call those conspiracy dog walks here, and it is pouring here. So if it's pouring here, that means it's coming towards you at some point, because I think you're here, right, in Massachusetts. You too, my friend. You too. Advice from a coffee aficionado. Don't buy another coffee pot. Get a traditional Turkish coffee kanaka. See, everybody's telling me a different thing, right? French press, percolator, just get another Keurig. I mean, I still have K-Cups, although I know you can just like open the K-Cup and use it as the grounds, but see, I don't do espresso. I'm not an espresso person. Just never. I mean, the Keurig's always been wicked easy. You know, you pop the K-Cup in, and I can buy Mary Lou's K-Cups. That's the one thing about it is I can buy ground as well, but I can buy the Mary Lou's K-Cup and pop the K-Cup in there and you freaking push it down. You press the button and boom. And I like the fact that you get hot water out of it. I just press a button and I can get hot water for cocoa, hot water for soup, hot water for noodles. Like, you know, for many things, you could just get the hot water for it too if you're not like getting coffee, you know, which is nice. But I'm not an espresso. I'm definitely not an espresso person. The only time I actually have drank espresso, you guys think this is funny, is when I drove to Florida the multitude of times we've driven to Florida for vacation. The last time was a few years ago, but that's the only time I've drinking espresso, and it was to be able to stay awake longer. So, but I'm not an espresso person. JLR harassed the parents of the murdered kids at Sandy Hook School. Oof, that is a no-go for me. About JLR Collins and Nancy Guthrie case. I know that he's been like there and getting information on the Nancy Guthrie case. I don't really know much about him other than he came here and kind of like gave Aiden like a taste of his own medicine per se, but there wasn't much that I really knew about him before that. You know, I do remember the lawsuit thing, and I remember someone saying, now that someone mentions it, that he had been to jail for, but I didn't know it was 10 years. I don't think. I also didn't know. I don't think I knew that it was federal prison. I might have, but I don't remember. Oh, girl, listen, the girls outnumber. My husband's the only male, poor thing. So, I mean, if you got to have to deal with 4 females all the time, but my husband's like so happy when my daughter's boyfriend and stuff comes up. It's like another guy. And maybe that's it. He just accepts the defeat. You know, I don't know. But for the 12 years we've been together, he just never cared. Because make no mistake about it, folks, I've always like, I mean, come on, this pink shelf I've had for a long time. Things like this I've had for a while. Over the years, I've had a bookshelf that eventually died on me, but it was pink. And I had like it was like a mini bookshelf, but I had it for like makeup and skincare that did eventually die on me after a few years. But I've had plenty of pink curtains, pink, you know, pillows. My bed set's always been pink. Pillowcases were pink, they're black now. I like the satin ones for my hair. You know, I'm getting older, I lose a lot of hair, and it pulls less if you use like even if they're 10 satin, they're just slicker, and so it doesn't pull on your hair. But 898 there, oh my God. I wish. I mean, not that I want 98 degrees, because I feel like that's hot as hell. but without the humidity, I think it wouldn't be as bad. You know, want to chart how many times he takes someone and for what. What he brags about is the ones that he quote won. Now remember, what he considers a win is settling out of court. So he's had to settle quite a few cases. That's not a win. That's him pretending it's a win, but you settle so that you don't have to deal with a lengthy lawsuit that you might lose. So he by no means won every lawsuit. He actually had to agree to cease operations under the name of his company at one point and take down his websites for a case previously. Then all he did was make a new one, business license, had to get rid of his business license and shit from one of those suits. So he hasn't won every lawsuit. It's just the bullshit that he spews to people and nobody does their research to figure out that he's a liar, JLR got a lot of clicks and views and some folks at the same event did not. Now he is being taken down. I think it's interesting. I mean, yeah, you never know. You just never know what's happening behind closed doors. That's the thing that intrigues me, JLR is a con man, in my opinion. I don't really know much about the guy. See people defend him reminds me of True Writers just ignoring what Aiden does because they find him funny. Well, that's the thing. You can't just defend someone because you think they're funny or you like them. Like, you don't know what they've done. If they've done something really, really bad, like, you can't just make up excuses about why that's fine and okay. Because if it was someone doing it to you, would you think it was fine and okay? No. And that's the same thing I say to the True Writers when they say something ridiculous. Like, you just don't like it. No, I don't like him. What does that have anything to do with anything? Does that mean that because I don't like him, I want him hurting other people to hide his own behavior? Because I've watched this play out numerous times over and over. He's a creature of habit. He does the same shit over and over again, over and over again, JLR's Spidey sense scary, but still there is no way. I just want to know when YouTube blew up why. Well, I can, but it is different because I refuse to do some of the underhanded things that you really should do as a smaller. Once you're like over 100,000 subscribers, you don't really have to ask for donations because you have a steady amount of them coming in from people and a steady amount of memberships and a steady amount of super chats. And so you don't really have to ask. But when you're, starting from 3,000 where I'm at to 15,000, it's a struggle. It's a struggle there. It's a struggle. And unless people are just going to reward hard work and bravery and things like that, then you have to start employing all the other tactics other people do. And I just refuse to do a lot of it. And so that hurts me monetarily, but I'm not going to do shit I don't believe in for an extra $1. I'm not fucking doing it. Sorry, not goddamn sorry. I'm just not going to do it. If that's what it takes, then I don't want any part of that, which is unfortunate because it makes it a lot harder for people who are trying to do this shit, and do it the right way, and just makes it more difficult. That's all. I am going to pop up the donation information. Let me look. So I still want a chart. I'll try to get you a chart. See if AI can make me a pretty good chart for you. 7 a.m. Holy shit. Yeah, that's a little too early for me. 7 a.m. I mean, I got to do that to get the kids up. So if I don't have to get up at 7 a.m., I'm not fucking doing that. Oh, yeah. I mean, if people know or already knew about him, then they knew, Girl, listen. I feel that in my soul. That's the other thing. A lot of people can't do certain, I cut out soda a while ago. I might have Sprite once in a while or Mountain Dew once in a while, but for the most part, I don't drink soda anymore. I drink water or Propel because having too much caffeine actually ramps up my anxiety. So, Is his chat that bad? See, I don't watch the guy really, so I prefer if there's a breaking news thing, I go check on Ixmel and see what the breaking news thing is. But I have never really watched him. Okay, so another breaking news in Massachusetts. A Plymouth police officer, Samantha Pellrine, was placed on leave after the Plymouth Police Department was notified by the Massachusetts State Police of an active criminal investigation. The Plymouth County DA said it would be inappropriate to comment further at this time in regard to the nature of the investigation. And I'm assuming this is a picture of the officer. So that's a breaking news here in Massachusetts. Wait, he has no mods? What the actual fuck? Like, what? He's in timeout right now. I guess he got reported, and so now he like can't go live right now. So he's in a timeout at the moment. Imagine your little child being gunned down at school and LR claim they didn't really die and they use child actors. Yeah, so I've talked about this before, I think, when it comes to like Alex Jones. And for me, I think about, when it comes to that, I think about my daughter and her terminal disease and the way that Aiden tried to, you remember the way that he tried to like insinuate that James had anything to do with his girlfriend dying, his girlfriend that passed of like liver failure or whatever it was, kidney failure, liver failure, I forget. But Aiden didn't like him at the time and was trying to make it look like he did something wrong. And he didn't. That simply wasn't true, and Aiden knew it. Well, he tried to sort of do that same sort of thing with my child and her terminal illness, and tried to like insinuate that maybe she wasn't or something. And anyone who's ever known my family knows that's not fucking true. So it makes me think of things like that. That people like Aiden are allowed to fucking spin so many false things to hurt people that they know are not true, but they're doing it simply for the money, the clicks, the views, the hate, for the minions to do his dirty work, and it just irks the fuck out of me. Right? So I can imagine being those parents, believe you me, and being angry because even though my child didn't pass, her disease one day will do that. And he's already come for her to try to insinuate. Like, imagine trying to insinuate that a kid that has no hair, lost all her hair, went blind from her disease, and is in and out of the hospital, might not be sick. Like, imagine fucking insinuating something like that, knowing it's a lie, but doing it just because, like, you know, you're a scumbag. And that's what it makes my brain go to, you know? I can't. Well, that's the thing, you know? I mean, everyone's going to profit from it. But it's about, in my opinion, it's about whether you're profiting from actually looking into things and doing it in a way that makes sense, or if you're willing to cross over those ethical boundaries and hurt people in the meantime, simply because you might make an extra couple bucks by hurting someone and throwing that hate us versus them mentality out there, you know? No, I mean, they could keep him in timeout forever if he does something else, or they find that another one of his videos is against terms of service. They could. I doubt they will at the moment. Right now, I think it's just a temporary timeout. It was disgusting, you know? Right? He'll have to shake his can. Maybe he'll make a wish list. You gonna make a wish list, Will? You know? You know, that's the funny part is guess what, Will? Aiden's not gonna help you. He doesn't give a fuck if your channel gets suspended and you don't make any money. Guess what he's gonna do about it? Nothing. It's not gonna help you. It's not gonna give you any money. He's gonna be like, thank you for your service, sir, of doing shitty things to people for me. Now, I can't help you and I don't know what to say. That's what he's going to do. Make no fucking mistake about that. So for those of you that asked about Justin, real quick, this case here, I will give you a little bit about it. So that's a damn good question, Marsha. I wish I had the fucking answer as to why isn't Aiden, because he's been reported a million times. I don't know what he did or said. I heard that it was from one of his videos being reported and them finding violation of terms of service on it. I don't know exactly what the violation was or what exactly he said to get it suspended. I have no idea. I just know that he's in a timeout at the moment from one of his videos. I don't even know which video. If it was recent, if it was old, I don't fucking know. Because it can be from old ones. People can go back, watch them, report that one and be like, you know. What happens is, if people decide like one video needs to be reported, a bunch of people might report a video, and then what happens is the system thinks that you're just getting people to spam a video and report it. And so the system goes, oh no, people are just being assholes, nothing to see here. It's different if you have maybe 3, 4, or 5 people report a video. Then the system goes, okay, 4 or 5 people from 4 or 5 different places reporting a video, watching it at different times. Okay, we'll look at it. But if you have a bunch of people reporting it, the system that they use, the AI system, just automatically assumes that you're just all doing it because you don't like that person, which is why they need to stop using fucking AI and be responsible humans and use actual humans to look through these violations like they used to. You know? Yeah, I don't know what he did exactly, but I do know that it was from a video. That's all I knew. Yeah, so he's in a time. He's got a dunce cap. He's suspended at the moment, so he can't. They reported him of showing guns, which is actually not true. Interesting. Nina said they reported him for showing guns. I have no idea. I only know it was about one of his videos. But I mean, to be fair, is it karma? Did he already break 1 million terms of service? Yeah, he did. So, I mean, maybe it's just catching up on him, you know? I don't know. Who knows, you know? Oh, his hearing is in April? Interesting. Yeah, I mean, karma is definitely showing up. I don't know. Maybe someone thought they saw it done. I don't know. But maybe it's just karma, you know? It's fucking karma. Maybe don't do shitty shit to people and it won't happen to you. So this is sort of a little bit of a timeline here, right? Boston police shoot 15 bullets at 9:23 a.m. on the 7th of February, 2020, right? So 60, this green building here to the left is 60 Fernwood Road. It's Boston's Department of Psychiatry here. And then 9:14 a.m. is when a handshake happens between him and looks like an officer, and then crosses the street across to 75 Fernwood Road, which is DMH, which is the Mental Health Department Center for Outpatient. And then at 9:23, they shoot him right there on the corner. Like, what the actual fuck is going on here? So the residential is over here. If you go up the street this way, it's Department of Mental Health residential is over here. And again, over this way is a group home for the mentally ill. So on February 7th, 2020, Justin Root was just steps from his longtime mental health clinic located next to the Brigham and Women's Hospital campus, where he had received treatment for nearly a decade, when a hospital security guard, after briefly speaking with him and shaking his hand, falsely reported that Justin had threatened to shoot him. The security guard later recounted observing something clear in Justin's waist that he thought could be a gun. In reality, it was an oversized clear plastic paintball marker with a chimney-like piece protruding above the waistline, off to the side, and mostly concealed by his long dark coat. Justin had committed no crime and had walked away peacefully. As they waited for Boston police to arrive in response to what they claimed was a dangerous gunman, the unarmed BWH, so Brigham and Women's Hospital security guards, began agitating and escalating the situation rather than diffusing it. Meanwhile, a security officer from the nearby mental health facility, standing approximately 60 feet away, recognized that what Justin had was clearly a toy. When Boston police arrived, they opened fire within minutes, discharging 15 rounds. As the first officer approached, Justin, struggling to communicate due to his psychiatric disability, repeatedly shouted that he was with law enforcement, a known symptom of his mental health condition. With his firearm already drawn and without any attempt at de-escalation. How many times have I talked about de-escalation? It was taught that at the prison for a reason. If you escalate them, it's going to get worse. Try to de-escalate, and this is why they need a mental health worker with them at all times, because they hear, oh, someone has a gun, and they run to the scene. The problem with that is people are allowed to legally carry in this state. Massachusetts does not like anybody except an officer carrying a gun. The problem with that is you're allowed to carry a weapon with a permit. And just because you're walking down the street with a gun, even if you had one, he didn't, he had a toy, but even if he had one, right, that does not prompt that kind of police response. You're assuming that someone has a gun that they shouldn't have, instead of assuming, well, maybe that person has a permit. You can't stop them simply because they have a gun if they haven't done anything, because they have a constitutional right to have it, and that's not committing a crime. Simply having the thing is not committing a crime. How many times have I said this? Like, I've talked about it a million fucking times. They don't know what de-escalation is, and it's part of the problem. You know, it's part of the goddamn problem. It's part of the problem. You know, I don't think the mainstream media is going to go into this, which is why we're going to, because they've had plenty of fucking time to do it. You know, they've had plenty of goddamn time to do it. So it says, is firearm, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The officer closed the distance while Justin's back was turned, advancing to within 36 inches. When Justin turned and saw the gun pointed at him, he pulled out an oversized clear plastic paintball marker from his waistband. The officer immediately fired, shattering it and leaving only the clear handle in Justin's hand. Together, the two responding officers fired 15 rounds. One bullet ricocheted a significant distance and struck a hospital valet in the head. Despite being seriously wounded and bleeding, Justin managed to get into his car and drive slowly away. 4 Boston police cruisers followed him at a low speed, yet none ran his license plate, a routine check that could have identified him and provided crucial information. Instead, without provocation, an officer performed a high-risk pit maneuver typically reserved for high-speed pursuits. Terrified and bleeding, Justin panicked and fled, fearing for his life, which probably most people would have done. 7 minutes after being shot multiple times, Justin crashed his vehicle and staggered out, having lost nearly 2,000 cc's of blood before collapsing in a mulch bed near a supermarket parking lot. He was unarmed, barely conscious, and clearly in urgent need of medical care. A civilian EMT rushed to his side to provide aid, but officers quickly approached with guns drawn and ordered her to leave. Fearing for her safety, she reluctantly left his side. Seconds later, one officer kicked Justin before the officers formed a semicircle around him and fired 31 bullets at point-blank range, despite him lying on the ground, covered in blood, clearly incapacitated, and unarmed. He posed no threat. He never stood a chance. Why the fuck are you firing 31 shots around him like that? He's on the ground. He's clearly incapacitated. And you're firing that all of you need to fire? Come on. Only one body-worn camera was recording, but its lens became obstructed, likely by the officer's arm, and the footage goes dark just before and during the shooting. Isn't that fucking convenient? I've oftentimes seen officers put their hand over it on purpose or move their arm to obstruct it on purpose when they're doing something they're not supposed to do because they don't want the camera to see it. I've watched that play out numerous fucking times over and over. Just 30 days later, the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office cleared the 6 officers involved. Not a shocker. That's the same office that wanted to charge me with a crime I didn't commit. So, you know, who cares, right? You know, who cares? Doesn't matter. 31 shots is definitely not fucking overkill when someone's laying on the ground and bleeding. I mean, I'm sorry, but Norfolk County shouldn't have been allowed to clear anyone from anything. And why was Norfolk County even in charge of this if this was near Brigham and Women's? Like, that's Boston, that's Suffolk County. I'm confused here. So it says, however, critical evidence, including the EMT's testimony about Justin's condition before he was killed, was excluded from the final report. Of course it was. They didn't want anyone to know that. Many officers met as a group before giving their witness statements. So they get their story straight? Got it. Got it. Which would never be allowed to happen, by the way, to anyone else. You separate them. You separate them. Like, come on. This was after a shooting. After a shooting, they knew they were all involved in. It's one thing to do it in groups when you don't know if someone is a suspect or not, or if they were all in one place and saw something. Okay, those are witnesses. That makes sense. Like, and even that, sometimes you want to separate some of them at least. Not in this case. This is all officer shooting they knew each officer was involved in, and you guys allowed them to get into a group. There was no question about whether they fired shots from their weapons. They did, and they knew it. And you allowed them to get together as a group before being questioned. Interesting. Like, come on. Many officers met his group before giving their witness statements, which were recorded 5 days after the shooting. Since when is that? Okay. 5 days after? You gave them 5 days to think about it? Again, if that was anyone else, y'all would have been brought in immediately. Norfolk County District Attorney's report is inadequate, incomplete, and lacks transparency. For over 5 years, the Root family has demanded a thorough, independent investigation free from the bias and influence that have tainted the process. We call for a timely, transparent, and impartial investigation into Justin's death. I agree. They deserve that. They deserve that at the very fucking least. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. You know, I can't. It's disgusting. They don't know what de-escalation is. It's just disgusting. It's gross. You know? Yeah, it is crazy timing, but you never, you know. But again, it's been 5 years, and they clearly did not get a thorough investigation into this over a toy. And do you know how many times someone's been shot over a toy? Not the first time. Not the first time here in Massachusetts either. Won't be the last fucking time. 31 shots while he's on the ground, and you're going to clear them? Fuck no. 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 Also, guns aren't see-through. Let's throw that out there. If an officer cannot tell between a see-through, all right, let me take that back. You can have a see-through gun, but you can tell what's plastic, right? You can tell it's a toy. But if you have officers that can't tell the difference between a fucking toy and a real gun, then we have a real serious problem, right? A real serious fucking problem. It happened in 2020, but again, you're not going to see major news outlets cover this because this isn't going to make them money. It's not good for them. Why would they cover it, you know? No, Brookline is Suffolk County. Brookline is in Suffolk County. So that's why I'm confused. Unless it's, there's got to be, why did Norfolk County even have anything to do with it? Unless they were at a Brigham and Women's, so Brigham and Women's is in Boston, but they have different outpatient locations for different things. So maybe that was located in Norfolk County, but 31 shots? 31. Like what? No. We have an issue here. This is a very serious fucking issue. After 5 years, this family hasn't gotten a proper investigation because I don't care what officer you are. This would have never been appropriate. He's on the ground. He's bleeding. An EMT has already walked up to him to try to help him. He didn't shoot at her. He didn't try to hurt her. So why would the police then need to surround him and then fire more shots at him? Because what happens is they start screaming at you. Where the guy? Well, they would have known that it was shattered and left on the ground, right? So obviously you would know he's not armed at that point. I don't know how you could clear these officers of that. 31 shots? I don't care if each one of them, and the argument I'm assuming is, well, each officer fired 3 shots or 10 shots or 1 shot each or 6 shots each. I don't give a fuck if they each shot 5 shots each. Why were they all shooting? Why was that necessary? So it looks like the first 15 shots happened and then he was shot again. They shot another 31. So that's close to 50 shots, like 45. Like what the fuck? What are we doing here? Oh, by the way, I might add, in a very bustling area, okay, with people everywhere. A valet was hit in the head after a bullet ricocheted. Like what the fuck? Like what in the actual fuck? Brookline is Suffolk County. Do they really consider Brookline Norfolk County? That makes no sense to me. Brookline. That's, oh my God, they actually do consider it. Okay, so literally this is an inner suburb almost completely surrounded by the city of Boston. I mean, how do you consider that Norfolk County? All of Boston is Suffolk County. Massachusetts serves as a major enclave in Norfolk. It's directly adjacent to Boston neighborhoods, Brighton, Allston, Fenway, Kenmore, Mission Hill, Jamaica Plain, West Roxbury, and the city of Newton. All of those, by the way, are Suffolk County. Such a weird thing to make Brookline Norfolk County. It should definitely be Suffolk County. Now it makes me wonder, why would they classify Brookline while it's literally surrounded by all of Suffolk County as Norfolk County? Weird. That is really fucking weird. And that's strange to me. It's near Cambridge, you know? It's why? I want to know now. Why is that one? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so it says Brookline's part of Norfolk County rather than Suffolk County because it rejected annexation by Boston in 1873. While neighboring towns that previously connected it to Norfolk County, West Roxbury and Hyde Park, were later annexed, making Brookline a detached enclave of Norfolk County. So that's my point, right? Is everything surrounding Brookline, around it, is all Suffolk County. If you go outside of the ones that are Suffolk County, then you start hitting Norfolk County. So essentially, Brookline is sitting in the middle of Suffolk County, and there's nothing around it that is attached to Norfolk County except itself. That's fucking weird. That is weird. That is really strange to me. So essentially, it is sitting outside of what everything else that's Norfolk County connects to. So it goes, all these are Norfolk County, then it goes into Suffolk County, and then you have Brookline, which is part of Norfolk County, but surrounded completely by Suffolk County, and then Norfolk's after it. So what the, like, that is so strange to me that it would be standing alone, and then they'd say, oh, this is Norfolk County. It's very clearly in Suffolk County. So I mean, when are they going to redistrict that? When are they going to change it to make it make more sense? Because it's standing alone in the middle of Suffolk County, saying, oh, it's Norfolk County. No. I think Suffolk County dealing with this would have made a much different decision than Norfolk County did. Norfolk County doesn't make good decisions these days. A lot of the decisions they make are fucking questionable at best. There are just some things that they do that make no fucking sense. And again, this is why we need like term limits and shit. Let's be honest. So some pictures, obviously, of him throughout his life. It was like, obviously he struggled at some point with mental health, but that does not allow for what happened here. You know, not okay. Opinion from the First Circuit Court of Appeals was dismissed April 2024. This is just sad. You know, this is just sad. It's not okay. None of it is okay. Imagine this being your loved one. What would you want to happen? You know, what would you want to happen? It's just sad. And a county can just be like, nope, we're going to clear these officers. Totally okay. Everything's okay. And no one else bothers to look into it. Like, cool. What about the attorney general? Oh, that's right. Andrea Campbell. She doesn't do much. Same thing as our governor at the moment. More concerned with their own pockets and taking fucking pictures and doing these photo ops than they are actually doing anything, you know, or figuring anything out. So it looks like they have a litigation fund. I'd be suing, that's for sure. They have a give, send, go. Melanie Little Cupcake sent $20 on this 4 months ago. Interesting. Okie dokie. So not very many people. How do we get the link in the... Yeah. No, I'm not checking you, but I was wondering to myself, like, if it's really Norfolk County, why? Like, why? Like, because I live here. So in my head, I'm like, Brookline is in the middle of Suffolk County. So I wanted to know why they would have made that decision. I believe you. I just was wondering why the hell they would make that decision. Like, why in the actual fuck would they ever consider Brookline Norfolk County if it's like surrounded by Suffolk County? Like, that's fucking bonkers to me. That didn't make any kind of sense. But again, I live in Massachusetts. Nothing here makes fucking sense. Oh, you like my shirt? Yeah, it says, I'm just here to establish an alibi. That's all. Just here to establish an alibi. Oh, I love his music. Oh my God, he does. I forgot. You just reminded me of that. I saw that this morning. I love his music. So I just put Justin's Gibson Go in the chat. And yes, another bad decision as a creator to do that. But what's right is right in my opinion, and what's wrong is wrong. Let's see. I'm going to show you guys that because I saw that this morning on Scott's music that he made a wish list song. Here it is. I found it. Found it, you guys. I found it. Pretty funny. Shout out to Scott. He makes funny music. These Muppets are hilarious. All right, ready?
Need a toaster, hell I need a loaf of bread. I need a pillows and sheets for my bed. A shower curtain, preferably one not green. How about a vacuum to get my rugs real clean? Need an iron so my shirts are crisply pressed. Throw in a mirror, it'll help me to get dressed. These are just a few things, my list goes on and on. What list? My list on Amazon. And there's nothing wrong with you buying me a gift. It's just housewarming, not another way to grip. Don't pay attention to the haters, they're just wrong. Fill my list I have on Amazon. See pictures on the wall unless they're me. Got them up and down the hall for all to see. Did I mention sheets? I'll need a lot of those. And look in the children's section if you buy me clothes. Need a toaster, hell I need a loaf of bread.
Scott outdoes himself every goddamn time. Every goddamn time. He makes fun of everyone else with one, but nope, he's totally allowed to have one. And, you know, his is investing. No one else's is investing in their channel and what they represent. It's only investing if you give it to the sewer turtle. Remember that. You know, it's going to a good cause if you give it to the sewer turtle. You know, he needs lots of sheets, and I'm assuming that's because he does lots of cheating. You know, he's going to have to change them sheets a lot. Oh, Birkenstock sends $20. I appreciate that. And sends a heart. Thank you, Birkenstock. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Now. Free speech curtains, yeah. Yeah, free speech couch. You know, he's gotta have a conspiracy couch too. Fuck it, right? Oh yeah. But that's what he does. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. I mean, again, it was never, the shit he talked was never about someone having one being bad, right? It was because he's jealous and upset. See, the problem is, Aiden, is everyone can buy everything off of your weird wish list that you just posted, right? After making fun of anybody else with one. They can buy all of the things off of that. But you lied to them and duped them into it. They're not buying them because you're a good person, right? Let's be honest. You're not. Not because you're a good person. You're not a fucking good person. It's not because you have a sense of community. It's because you lied to those people. You lied to them and you duped them into believing that you always have receipts and you don't lie. See, the problem with that is you guys suck. Oh, I love that, Natasha. Thank you. Everything that he gets is blood money because he lied to get it. That's the difference. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's just stupid. He didn't think about it first. Like, I didn't have to think about it. My audience asked for it. I would have never actually thought about it until my audience asked for it. When I first started, I think I only had Venmo and CashApp, but I already had. And then people from the UK were like, can you get another option for us? And then people who didn't have any of the payment apps were like, hey, can you get another option for us? Because all of these are payment apps. We don't have the payment apps, or we don't know how to use the payment apps. We have an option for credit or debit. So then I had to come up with the link. And finally, people were like, well, I prefer to support in a way that like puts things in your home. So can you make a wish list? So I did that, right? Everything I've done has been when my audience asked me to, right? And I think he gets angry every time we do one of these unboxings from all of you. And he gets pissed off that it's not him. It's a jealousy thing. It has nothing to do with whether someone having one is good or bad. What does he call it? E-grifting or e-panhandling. It's, bro, stop it. It's not e-panhandling or grifting when he does it, though, guys. He can grift $400,000 for a defense fund and then put $200,000 down on a house, cash. But, you know, he needs you guys to buy him shower curtains and $500 camera lenses. It's like, bro, for the people that are actually dumb enough to buy him things on that list, he could afford to buy the whole list himself. That's the difference, is when people know that you can buy it and you're just not doing it, right? Any of the things that I can afford to pick up here and there that I need, I do, because it's not someone else's burden. It's mine. Hey, if I could afford all of that, I would have already gotten a couch. I've been without a couch since I moved in. Like, I would have already gotten things that I needed. If I could afford to buy all of them on my own, I would have, you know? Right, yeah, right. It's crazy to me. I mean, EDV has a wish list. She's got plenty of money coming in. She doesn't need one. I'm sure her audience asked for one, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in this scenario, he's just jealous and copying me. Like, that's the bottom line, is he's jealous, and he stalks me like a stage 5 clinger, and he wants the sense of community I have. As small as it is, that's what he wants, and he'll never have that. You hear me, Aiden? Because I know you're stalking me like a stage 5 player right now. You will never have that sense of community, ever, because you're just not a good person. You're a shit fucking human being. You will never, ever have it, because you cannot be fucking honest. You have to lie about everything and anything. That's on you, bud. That's on you. You can have all the subscribers and all of the donations coming in every day of your fucking life. But it's pretty fucking lonely when you have nobody to share it with, right? When it doesn't really mean much. You can have all the numbers in your bank account, but when there's nobody there to share it with, or when you run away everyone that's in your life, or you burn everything that you touch, becomes kind of sad, right, Aiden? What is it? You know? Shiny new things are great and all, but if you have no people to share it with, no actual real friends, no partner, just a shell of a person, literally, you know? I remember he would specifically tell people not to give him anything because he'd toss it in the trash. Of course. Yeah, he's got lots of legal bills. You know, he's investing in a good cause, right? She does. She has a wish list. You know? But still, I mean, nothing wrong with having one, you know? People have had enough of it. Oh, good. Well, I hope that they are, because at some point you have to see through the bullshit. And since he's sitting there, right, shitting on people for having one and then has the audacity to put one out, I don't know how people just ignore that. I really don't. How do you just ignore that and then be like, yeah, I'll buy something off his wish list? Like, I mean, you have to really be looking to belong to something that badly, and that you really want him to give you a thank you or a shout out that badly. You know, he is no hero and no savior to anyone. As a matter of fact, he makes everyone's life way harder because he can't simply tell the truth. He can't take responsibility. He can't take accountability. Right? Give her the house, bro. Like, fuck. I mean, he made all that money off of the story, one that was given to him, by the way. Like, come on, you know? Hello, Miss GNX. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Well, that's the thing. He'll be alone in that house, you know? Oh, yeah, he does. That's my point. If I made that kind of money, I probably wouldn't have to have one or even say that I had one. I had one because people asked for it. Nobody asked him for it. You have to remember that. Nobody in his, he stalks me and he rages out. I told you, every donation that comes into the channel, especially bigger ones, which happen not often, they're very rare, but he rages the fuck out. Rages out. Every time I do an unboxing, he rages the fuck out because how dare anyone buy off my wish list? They should be buying up for him. They should be donating to him. And he's done so much work and so many lies to spin to try to destroy me and other people that when anybody actually listens to what we have to say and realizes that we're telling the truth and he's lying, that's another person that unsubscribes from him and says, you know what, I need to stay the fuck away from that lunatic. And he can't have that. He can't have that, Every bit of attention, good and bad, needs to go to him. And anybody who feigns for bad attention and good attention, no one wants that. No one fucking wants that. Melanie Little has a damn wish list. Why doesn't he say anything about his good old friend Melanie Little? He doesn't say a goddamn word about that. Doesn't say a fucking word about the people that he likes. Let's remember that. The people that he likes, it's totally acceptable and okay to do whatever. But if it's someone he doesn't like, then he wants to, have something to fucking say about it. Come on now. Well, what's this? Hold on. Oh, this is funny. I forgot about this. Scott also made this one. Let's look at Sanchez. Viva la Sanchez! Joe, you can run your mouth to me all day long, but don't do it to Sanchez. So, Joe is who we believe to be another one of Aiden's stock accounts, of course. Poor little guy. And Sanchez just goes, night. Amazing. Amazing, Scott. Amazing. Or little Aiden. Can't catch a break these days. Hi, I'm Joe. What's this one? Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's see. This is a good one too. Maybe. She did at one point. I don't know if she still does, but she did at one point. Play.
We have just received video that a secret experiment was being done on low IQX users following a low IQ blogger by Elon Musk himself. This is breaking news. We took a very low IQ blogger and wanted to see if his followers would stick with him. Sadly, they did. He even wished death on a cancer patient. Sick bastard.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you for that report, sir. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. You guys, I can't. I haven't been on X since Friday because, like I said, Saturday is my only day off, and I tried to, stick with the fam on Saturday, but I ended up having to go to doctor's appointments and everything else, so I didn't actually get a full day off there. But I'm just seeing some of this stuff today.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Turtle Boy. I fight for everyone's right to say whatever they want, even rooting for cancer to kill a woman.
Scott nails it every goddamn time. He does. He simply does. Oh boy, what's this one? So excited. Sanchez got me this draft video of a new song from the man. Oh my God, Afro Man, shut the hell up. Oh, I love it.
This was taking Aiden to the fair today, but he wasn't this high. I was
be this tall to ride the ride.
Rides, but he wasn't this high. This was taking.
You have to be this high. He needs to put a booster seat,
turtle boy has arrived America.
I mean, imagine just like being this much of a scumbag. They're saying the Afro Man trial was wild. Yeah, he's a very toxic human being. That's just who he is. And to be fair, again, and also, I know I sound like a broken record, but I wish people had listened, right? Because all he fucking does is hurt people so he can benefit himself. I love how Scott put Mike's show, The Young Jerks, on the side there, of Aiden. Because he was raging out when Afro Man got on with Mike. Most of us are like applauding, like, good job, like, great interview, and this guy is over here fucking seething. He's seething that Mike had Afro Man on. He's seething I have a wish list. He's seething that we have communities, like big and small. Like, he's just perpetually always jealous. Because again, narcissists don't have the capacity to give a fuck about anybody else or anybody else's feelings. They don't have the capacity to feel bad or care. They just don't.
No, that was my interview. Why not me? This is a great model. I watched Mike and Afro Man on it last night. What do you think? Huh? No! It was all about me!
Oh my fucking God. And that's like right on the money. Like, pun not intended, but that's right on the money. Privately, that's exactly what he's bitching. Why couldn't it be me? Why wasn't it me? Why didn't I do X, Y, and Z? Like, they don't deserve it. I deserve it. It's mine. It should be mine. Like, that's literally perpetually how his mind works. Mine, me. I'm like, oh, he's crashing out right now? Oh, we know he was listening earlier, right, Deborah? He's a stage 5 clinger over here. Aiden, buddy, let me have a little chat with you, bud. Let me have a little chat with you, bud. A little chitty chat. I do read your diaries of a wimpy sewer turtle. They're kind of sad, sir. Okay? Looking over the diary of a wimpy sewer turtle, and it's like, March 1st, why not me? March 2nd, Money Mike made more money than me today. What did I do wrong? March 3rd, goddamn untwisted tragedies. These people are actually listening to her. I need to throw in more lies and more nonsense. And I guess I'm going to make a wish list now because I am pretty upset at the things that her community have been buying her for her new place. I don't think that that's okay. And I'm going to need people to help furnish my house so I don't have to spend my own hundreds of thousands of dollars in my bank account. Love, Stuart Turtle. March 5th. I spent 19 hours on the internet yesterday. 19 hours going back and forth between all my sock accounts. These people are horrible. I'm a victim. I called the police to report this bad behavior. March 7th. First Amendment will get me out of all of this. It's only First Amendment activities. I hope no one finds my diary. I mean, it's getting old, Aiden. It's getting old, bud. Getting old. Sounds a lot of like me. Why me, man, me. But maybe think about someone else for once in your miserable fucking life. I don't want to have to file for stage 5 clinger status here, okay? I might need to get a whistle, guys. I need to start blowing the whistle when the stage 5 do this, pulling myself into this. It's driving me nuts. I need to get a fucking rug soon. I mean, he's been crashing out for a long time. March 12th, I'm filming wiretapping charges on my ex, even though I'm the king of the wiretap. Feel free to put in your own diary entry, guys. If you are catching this on the restream or even live right now, I would love to hear what you would write if you were the sewer turtle in your diary of a wimpy sewer turtle. So I'm expecting to check the comments later today when I'm not live anymore, seeing everybody's diary. If you were the wimpy sewer turtle and you were writing in your dear diary what you would be complaining about. As for his Amazon list, in my opinion, he basically caved because his fans wanted it and he'll blame his fans. Yeah, of course. Oh, my fans asked for it. Sir, my fans asked for it. You can actually go back and look to where they actually did. So it's like, what's the difference between his fans asking for it and my fans asking for it? there's no fucking difference, right? There's no damn difference. And I've been saying that forever, you know? March 19th, my pen ran out of ink. It's all Meredith's fault. March 20th, it's still Meredith's fault. Nespresso. Does it make iced coffee is the question. Does it make iced coffee? That's the big question. My Keurig made iced coffee, and I do it in air quotes because it was an iced button, but it still makes it hot. You just have to add like ice to the cup, if that makes sense. And by any chance, does it take K-cups, or do they have their own K-cups? They have their own K-cups, I'm guessing. The espresso pods are strong. Yeah, I don't like my coffee strong. Oh, I see. Those are cool looking. How much are these things? Oh, they're just as much though. The Nespresso, next coffee and espresso maker is $125.99 for the Virtu Pop Plus coffee and espresso maker. $157 for the Virtu Next Deluxe coffee and espresso maker by Freeville with milk frother. I mean, oh, I see. Their pods are different, like circle at the bottom. See, then I'd have to get like a whole new pod holder. My pod holders hold like the K-cup pods. So then I'd have to do like a whole different thing. I'd end up spending more than just trying to get the Keurig K Elite that I already had with the 5 cup sizes on it. I mean, some of these are nice machines, but A, I don't drink espresso. I'm not a fan of espresso. And B, by the time I was buying a new drawer for the different shaped pods and the machine, it would end up being, I think it's $129 for the Keurig K Elite that I have on there. That was the exact same one that I had that just died. Although, is this pink? Stop it. Does this have a pink one? Stop it. Shut the hell up. Shut up. Let me see. Shut the hell up. That's red. Aqua, black, silver, purple, like one more option, green. Okay, they lied to me. They showed a whole video with a pink one, and there's no goddamn pink one here. Bait and switch, goddammit. Yeah, there's a video right here, and it shows me. Show you guys. They're sneaky squirreling me right now with an espresso machine. All right, they're sneaky squirreling me, guys. Now tell me what you like. I'm gonna mute the sound so it doesn't like copyright strike me for the sound. But you tell me if it looks like they had a pink one, okay? They play you this video on Amazon, right? About this machine, the Nespresso, one of the Nespresso machines, right? Show the black one. Okay, cool. Da da da. This is a video I clicked on that showed the pink one. Put their K-cup sort of things in there. Press the button. Rich taste, smooth coffee, 6 sizes, single, double espresso, 5 ounce, 12 ounce, 8 ounce, 18 ounce. Any coffee, any size at the click of a button. Coffee creations button. So iced looks like for a concentrated brew with milk. All right. Where is it? This is the one I clicked on. It just showed me a pink one, and I'm like, this is bait and switch, you fuckers. Virtu up Nespresso. We have to go back to the one I clicked on. Do you see this one? This small one I'm going to show you guys? Okay, watch. This one that I clicked, see when you click on it, it shows that. But if you go back to this, right? Look, there's a pink one. That is pink. Is that not pink? I see a pink machine, okay? Then it shows it in different colors. Shop now, espresso. See maybe it's this one that comes in pink? Because then you click on it. Oh, it does. It's this one. I'm lying. They have a goddamn pink one. I fucking can't. I can't believe it. But I don't drink espresso. That's the only thing. Because Keurig does not have a pink one. Believe me. I looked. They had a black one, which is the same as what I had. They have yellow, blue. I think this is a cup. I think. Black, yellow, and then another color that they're not showing. But it looks like this one is or to pop and coffee and espresso maker. Candy pink, they call it. $99. It's free delivery tomorrow. Of course. They make it like all nice, like, oh, we can bring it to you tomorrow. Yeah, but then you got to buy the pods that go with it. But they don't have those in the ones that I get for my coffee specifically. Like the flavor that I get is from Mary Lou's, and they don't sell them in espresso pods, only K-Cup pods, unfortunately. Wrong one. Boop. Diary entry. I'm going to love seeing you guys' diary entries forever. Let me see. Well, that's what he does, you know? It is very common. Also, again, my audience asked for it. So it's like, even if he says his audience asked for it, oh, but that's what my audience did. And also you can go back and watch when they did. So, but it's a problem for me, but not for him. Come on, you know? It's ratchet for us to do it, but not him. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's just an excuse to try to make fun of people, of course. Oh, you can pick the strength. Ah, yeah, I like flavor. Sewer Turtle Diary. Why can't I really look like Brando and Pacino in their heyday? That's what I see when I look in my mirror. I know what he sees when he looks in his mirror. He's a sad fucking sack of shit. My friends like the actual espresso pods, and those are way too much for me. See, I like my coffee to be more flavored, I guess. More like a cupcake, like sweet. Pretty sure that, yeah, well, he's on a timeout. He's on a timeout. He's consulted a lawyer, Runkle and Will Henry says on Rad House Media. He's not sure if his suspension is permanent or not. Well, I hope it is fucking permanent. TV Diaries, March 22nd. YBE keeps tagging me in a post saying I'm a racist. These will show up in Google search results when people type in, is Aiden Kearney a racist? It needs to be stopped. I mean, it's the truth, so just saying. Wait, Runkle's on Rad House? I would hope not. The fuck? Well, let's hope so, Peggy. Let's hope so, my friend. Let's really, really hope so. Let's, like, fingers crossed, hope so. Because the next one to go should be 8, you know? He's consulting Runkle. Got it. Yeah. Pink, right? God damn it. They're fucking with me. They're fucking with me. Oh, he was on Rat House last night. Oh, okay. So it doesn't have to have the espresso in it because I'm not an espresso drinker. I'm just not an espresso drinker. Sewer Turtle Diary. Why couldn't Karen just be my woman and let me control her, let me do all the thinking, and make even more money off of her? Yeah, and even more bad decisions. Yes, Mary Lou's is like Massachusetts, and then it's only recently in the last, I want to say like 8 years, that they sort of crept a little bit into Rhode Island, but it is a Massachusetts brand that's now crept into Rhode Island, but it doesn't have like East Coast even reach, but it's definitely a decent reach for Massachusetts and Rhode Island. I think they have like, I want to say 20 or more stores or something close to that. And it's delicious. It's delicious. This channel may go back to normal, but it's pretty bad. Well, let's friggin' hope so, because, I mean, he needs to just stay gone. Get pink Keurig skins. Wait, what? There's skins for Keurigs? Why did I not know this? Oreo powder. Ooh. Chocolate coffee and Reese's creamer, a chocolate creamer. So I have peppermint mocha creamer. It's my favorite creamer. I love peppermint mocha. But I don't use it when I'm making this. I use Swiss Miss because that's what they make it with at Mary Lou's. Is they use a concentrate though instead of like the powder. But you can't get the concentrate unless you buy it in like 50 cans. You have to buy it in bulk in order to get it, which is a shame. You used to be able to buy like one large can on Amazon. You can't anymore, unfortunately. But you can use the Swiss Miss powder and then just make a big bottle of it and keep it in the fridge and then use it, obviously. But that's a good idea, Christina. That sounds delicious. And I did not know they had skins for Keurigs. Like, why did I not know this? You broke the terms of service. Well, I mean, Aiden breaks the terms of service at least 12 times per video. And still, they refuse to take his channel down. It's kind of bullshit. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Now they're a franchise, right? They're a franchise. I'll tell you this much. A lot of the time when I get my coffee, they'll say, oh, I don't have this or that. And I'm like, but it comes with my coffee. It's made on my coffee. Like, for instance, chocolate shavings come on my coffee. That is how it is made. That is the recipe of the coffee, and there's a reason why it's the price that it is because it comes with chocolate shavings. Half of the stores now are like, no, we don't have chocolate shavings anymore. And it's because they forget to order it. okay, well, what are you going to lower the price of my coffee? Because the price of the coffee is part of the ingredients, and part of the ingredients is having the chocolate shavings on top of the coffee. So if you're not going to provide a portion of the ingredients that it's supposed to be made with, then are you going to lower the amount of my coffee? No. Like, that's a problem for me. And once they started to franchise more, a lot of that became more common. And that's one part I don't like, you know? He said he had a copyright strike. Interesting. I mean, who doesn't like Oreos? Oreos are delicious. Super Turtle Diary. Hey, Diary, are you sure I don't actually look like Brando and Pacino in their heyday? I know I do. I don't care what Just a Charity says about my big ass pickle nose. My dick nose. Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely send me a picture of it. It's like a Swiss miss. Ooh, girl, listen, we got to talk about this later. Said he has a copyright strike and now another strike. So it could be, no, I don't think they do like a 3-strike thing. You know, unfortunately, they don't do like a 3 strikes and you're out. Big train mix. I get it here at the restaurant supply store for a good price, and that the syrups are super cheap. So my mom was telling me how to make. They use Country Time lemonade and cherry Torini like syrup to make this cherry lemonade mixture that is delicious, that my little absolutely loves. And the place that makes it, my mom worked at, and I'm like, I need you to tell me how to make this at home because my little loves it. It's delicious. Thank you, Christina. But I agree that once it was no longer like a small mom and pop and they got bigger and bigger, they definitely like lowered in certain things that you would expect of them, you know, for sure. Oreo milkshake. That sounds good. Love ton of flavors. I love myself a bunch of different flavors, you know? Ooh, Mexican chocolate rounded shaved olive. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I want my shit to taste like a cupcake, God damn it. Like a freaking cupcake, people. That's what I want it to taste like. Oh, yes, girl. I will send it to you. It's just Country Time. That's all it is. It's Country Time lemonade and the Torini cherry syrup, or you can use water. So they have different flavors, cherry, watermelon, and then other ones, but they're Torini syrups. And you just put the syrup flavor in the Country Time lemonade. That's what they want you to do, is go through the restaurant supply places to order them, to get the Swiss Miss concentrate. The smallest one you can get is 50 cans, and it's expensive. I used to love the vanilla chai that Dunkin' Donuts made back in the day. Now, it used to be a powder, and it was delicious. It was very like vanilla, but with some cinnamon, and I loved their vanilla chai. Then they switched it to like a pump, and it tastes like grass. It's disgusting. So I don't know if over the years, because I don't drink Dunkin' anymore, if they changed it back to the powder that actually tasted good, but the syrup tasted like ass, and it was disgusting. Yeah, they do have sugar-free Torini. My mother uses the sugar-free because she's a diabetic. So I'm a master at shakes or fraps. Ooh, I love myself a good shake or a frap. To be fair, I used to love the McDonald's Shamrock Shake, but over the years, they changed it a little. It got more like pepperminty and not just minty, if that makes sense. I've tasted the difference over the years. They've definitely changed it. It used to just be like minty, not pepperminty. Now it's more pepperminty than it is minty. And ooh, raspberry. I love myself a raspberry or a cherry lime Ricky. I gotta love those. Those are so good. So good. Banana and honey and peanut butter. So this is essentially peanut butter. A funny bone is supposed to be peanut butter flavored. So it's toasted almond cream, coffee with Swiss Miss concentrate, sugar, cream. And then what they do is they put whipped cream in it before they pour the coffee in. Then they pour the coffee in and they shake the whipped cream inside of the coffee. And then when they make the coffee and it's done, they put the whipped cream on top of the coffee, and then they put the chocolate shavings on the very, very top of the whipped cream. And so then when the whipped cream sort of melts into the coffee, chocolate shavings melt into the coffee. And it's delicious. It's so freaking delicious. Yeah, see, we don't have like just a store we could walk into. You have to like order it offline, and they make you buy so many bottles. But the good part is once in a while at like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, you can find some of these for like $4 a bottle Turini different flavors. Like it's like overstock essentially from places, and they sell them off to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and you can go in there and find different flavors. That's how I got the peppermint one, was TJ Maxx, you know? Sounds so good. That sounds so good. Cherry strawberry. See, I've not tried a cherry strawberry lime, Ricky. Just cherry or raspberry lime, but not both. Not both. All right. What time is it? Been here 3 hours. It's 3:55. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. All right. I'm gonna play this and then I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm starving like a hostage and I want to relax for the rest of my Sunday before I gotta get the kids into their showers and getting ready for school tomorrow and all that fun stuff. So peanut butter wine cup with hot fudge. Ooh. So my favorite sundae is grasshopper pie. So it's like a mint Oreo ice cream. And then I put sliced banana, fresh sliced banana in it with hot fudge, whipped cream, Jimmy's. So if you're not from Boston or Massachusetts, you may call them sprinkles. We call them Jimmy's, okay? With Jimmy's and a cherry on top. Favorite ice cream ever. While I play this, if any of you would want to get your last minute donations in before I go, you can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Those are free options. Hype the video when it's not live anymore. That's a huge help to us over here. You can do all those things, be here, chat in the chat, write comments on the videos when they're not live anymore. All that stuff helps the algorithm and I appreciate it. And then we have the most direct routes. We have our Amazon wish lists. We have our CashApp, our Venmo, our PayPal, Chime, and Revolut, all in the description of the video. We have a link that's pinned to the top here for any credit or debit card. It's in the description of the video. It's also pinned to the top of the chat. You can just click on that link. You can enter any amount you want. You can write any, paragraph you want or sentence you want. You can remain anonymous doing any of these things. And then we also have memberships and super chats and super stickers and super thanks when the videos are over. So I appreciate any and all of you. We will be covering Kelsey's case tomorrow. And then I'm going to delve into what Diana sent me and the rest of Justin's case. And then we can probably just pivot from Kelsey's into Justin's case. So I love your stinking faces, of course. Let's play this, and then I will outro you guys out.
We have Mike Crawford from Young Jerk6. Tell us how you managed to get Afro Man so fast.
Well, actually, it was quite easy, as I did my job and didn't spend any time on X and YouTube trying to beat down my opponents.
Newsflash, Stage 5 Clinger Aiden, you suck at fucking life. That's what that means. That's what that means. I love your stinking faces. I will see you all tomorrow. For any of you that do end up donating or catching me on the restream and donating, I will read it tomorrow and say a thank you tomorrow before we start covering trial. I'll see y'all in the morning, bright and early for the case. Bye.